2, 3, 4.
A little bit. Yeah.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to what? What's that?
It's good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Good
basketball.
evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Good evening. You know, here we go. It is ECC Division II Semifinals. Griswold taking on the Whippets of Windham. We're actually going to have the second game for you, too, which is going to be Killingly taking on Stonington and Merch. I would love to see a Griswold-Stonington matchup in the finals. I think there's certainly some unfinished business there.
Well, I'd actually like to see Griswold in any matchup on Tuesday. But Stonington would be good. They had a chance to beat them the last time in Griswold and lost on the last-second shot. So, sure. Griswold Stonington Tuesday night. That would be ideal, wouldn't it, Michael?
That would be awesome. I just think they have there's some animosity between the two teams. I think of course I'm putting the cart in front of the horse.
A little bit.
A
little bit.
So I would like to see that game. That's probably the most intriguing matchup to me because there's a story built in there.
Yeah.
Well,
and as we know from the other night against Montville, Griswold has its whole team back, and I think that has been such a you could see it in their faces, you could see it on their play in their play in the court. That is a big confidence booster for the Griswold Wolverines to have everyone back, and it wasn't even a physical thing; it was more of a mental thing. And they had a terrific game against Montville, up by 31 points for a good part of the second half, ending up winning by 20. So they're ready today. I think they're ready to come in here and face a very, very good number 2 seed, Windham Whippets.
They have not beat the Whippets this season. They beat it. They lost twice. Of course, one at Windham, and then of course at Griswold, like just a couple of days later.
Yeah, that the first game wasn't. I'm not sure you call that a game. Griswold was down 16-zip. Before you could even, find your scorebook.
I know,
and they were down big all game long. They have to win. They ended up losing to Windham by 21 points, I think, 71-50. And the second game was much closer. And then actually, Griswold had an opportunity in that second game to pull it out and win it, and they didn't. Windham prevailed, but Windham is a very good team. They come in with a overall record, including their game against Plainfield the other night, of 15-6. So they are very worthy of that second seed in this semifinal matchup today.
I think we saw a different Wolverine team on 2 nights ago, against Montville, in Montville. We saw the return of Jeff Suvenance. Who didn't play, in the paint. They kind of brought him up a little bit.
They did. I think that was the strategy as well, to bring him out.
Yeah.
And then Michael Strain flourished underneath the hoop because he is a beast under there.
He had 18 points along with Evan. Evan Merchant had 18 points, so they were tied for the lead. But the nice thing about it is the passing was very, very crisp. It was they spread out the court a lot, and I think Montville didn't know how to handle that.
Yeah, good ball control. And the other thing, we talk about Merch and Michael having 18 each. The better thing was that Lucas and Christian Russell, who was also back from 3 games out, having 14 each. Yeah, I don't think we all year have had 4 players in double figures. So spreading it around like that is huge for Griswold.
Absolutely. So now we have the number 6 seed Griswold Wolverines against the number 2 Windham Whippets. It's going to be a good game, Merch.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a great game.
All right, so they're going to go ahead and announce the starting lineups So Lucas Strain, a familiar face. Michael Strain. I gotta bet you Jacob's coming out next.
No kidding. You kidding?
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
fooled you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fooled you.
Merch. And now here comes Jacob. Oh, Suvanants. Jacob is not starting.
No, Jacob's not starting. Christian Russell's starting instead of Jake right now.
So there's the starting 5 for the Wolverines.
We'll see the Strains on the court together a lot today.
Right. So now we didn't really talk much about Windham. Zachary Robinson Smay, number 4. Malcolm Hunter. Now, Manguel Jr. is a certified star on that team. And then, of course, his cousin, Isaiah Manguel. They have to go ahead and contain the Manguels if they're going to have a shot. But here's the other thing. We did not see Villafane.
We did not. He was out.
Time.
He was out the first game.
Star Spangled Banner being played like they do in front of every tournament game, every game here in the ECC. And one of the things that I always like to say, and sometimes I forget, but it's always on my mind. The folks that help out with the broadcasts here at SNSN, we have some veterans on board. Lloyd Van Lannen, John Harden. So Chris Matson, Scott Fryer, who's going to do game 2.
Yeah, I got a couple of old guys hanging around too for quite a while. Yeah,
we got the merch.
All
right, it's going to be jump ball time. Travis Manguel Jr. and Jeff Suvanants. Let's play some basketball. All right. They win the tip, and Villafane gets it, but kicks it right over to Manguel Jr.
This is a very, very good Windham team. Yeah. Very composed, good shooters.
And there's a steal right off the bat as as Villafane loses it, but then Suvanants loses it on Griswold's end.
Windham is also a very high-scoring team. If you look down their wins during the year, number of games in the 80s, they actually had 90 points against Windham Tech in an overtime game a couple weeks ago. And they have not lost in February. They have not lost a game since January 27th. So it gives you an idea of what kind of streak they're on.
I think we're really going to see a different game than we saw in Windham because the Wolverines are playing differently. There's a 3 from Hunter, no good. Second shot, no. Manguel Jr., no good. And Lucas Strain comes down with the rebound. Bounce pass up ahead to Merch for 2.
It's a good start. It's a good start, Michael.
Like I said, we're seeing we saw a different Wolverines team last time.
Yeah, these kids are ready to play. They're playing together really, really well. I say most of the second half against Montville, who was also a good team, they were by 31 points. So they're ready. I think they can pull this out.
Manguel with a floater, and it's going to be hard to stop Manguel Jr.
That kid's he's a player.
Yeah. 2-2, just starting here at Plainfield High School. Griswold against.
They get this
Windham.
wide open set again, Mike. They're like almost a four corners.
And they lost it. It went ahead over of Russell, and Manguel takes it and goes in.
That was Villafane.
Villafane.
They can't let themselves get down by double figures early on. They've got to stay close. And they got to make good passes.
Like Russell tried to get it inside to Michael Strain, and there's Manguel Jr. just swatting it away. I when we were in Windham and they went off to a 16-0 run to start the game, that was that took them out of the game. But that was also during a time where the Wolverines were playing 9 out of 11 days.
Yeah, and they played 5 out of the last 6, including a game the night before on a Friday night, and then they had a 2:00 afternoon game against Windham, and did not show up. But these guys cannot force passes. They have to make good passes, because that's what can turn a game around very quickly and very early, and you don't want that to happen.
Michael Strain goes up, and he's going to get fouled. I remember when just before we went on the air, Evan came over and talked to us for a second, and you could tell he was already gassed. And the game hadn't even started yet.
You're talking the first game.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about today.
No.
Because all these kids look really loose out there today.
Michael sinks the first one.
Michael. Foul shooting is going to be very important as well. And they shot the ball real well against Montville the other night.
Here's the second for Michael, and it's in. We got a tie ball game, 4-4. 5:36 to go in the first.
Yeah, that first game, I think the emotional effect of getting beat the night before in the last second shot by Stonington took a lot out of those kids, and then just the physical wearing down of those 5 games in 6 days, and they just were not ready to play that first game against Windham.
Yeah, and I think all those factors, that's why we're going to see a totally different game, different Wolverines team. From the corner, that is Hunter for 3. 7-4.
You can't leave any of these whippets uncovered. You just can't, because they will burn you.
Christian Russell for 3. Air ball. And the ball is going to come right back to the Wolverines. Strain goes up to the hoop. Count it.
Lucas, roll that one in there. Nice shot, and little dipsy do underneath the hoop.
So the Wolverines are hanging with the Whippets, and the Whippets are hanging with the Wolverines. 7-6. Like I said, we didn't see Villafane last time. He had an abscess tooth. Manguel Jr. for 3. Nope. Michael Strain gets the rebound, but he steps out of bounds. Windham ball.
If we can keep Travis Manguel Jr. Under, control a little bit, Griswold will have a really good shot at this semifinal game.
Mike and the Merch and Nickel Pickle on camera today. Manguel tried to drive, didn't happen. Pass up to Christian Russell. He's going to take it to the hoop, and it's not going to go, but he's going to go to the line for 2. So they've drawn a couple of fouls early, which is a good sign. And that's on Robinson Smay.
Christian is normally a dead eye when it comes to the foul line, but you couldn't hurt a pin drop, huh, Mike? Holy moly. 7-6 here, 4:03 left in the first quarter.
Shh, I feel like we're going a golf match.
Yeah, I know. There we go.
Russell sinks the second of 2. Here on the 18th hole.
Tie score.
Tie score, 7-up. Manguel Jr. floats one in, and he's not having a good shot so far. Christian Russell with the rebound. For three. Oh, and the shooters roll.
We'll take that.
Russell with 4 points.
So having Christian back is huge.
Isaiah Manguel, that's Travis's cousin.
I think Jeff actually might have got him the first time up, but there was no call, and he got the zone rebound. Ooh, that was not a good pass by Lucas in the middle there.
Murch gets it back, 10-9 Wolverines. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first. Russell gets it into Michael Strain, who gets elbowed, and he's going to get fouled. I don't know if that's on Hunter.
That'd been Hunter, I think.
It was, yeah.
Well, that's the third team foul. No fouls on Griswold yet.
Not yet. Okay, Michael's 2 for 2 from the line already.
Say it again, Mike. Say it again. Yeah, there you go, Mr. Jinx.
You're a mean one, Mr. Jinx. And he gets it.
It's Michael's third point, all from the foul line so far. Again, 3:04 left in the first quarter. Griswold up by 2, 11-9. Griswold, the visiting team today in their green uniforms because they were ranked 6th going into this tournament. And Whippets, the home team in their white uniforms, ranked 2nd.
Michael Strain picks up a foul, non-shooting foul. So the Whippets will just inbound the ball once again. Just totally different teams. With Villafane for Windham, and of course the returns of.
I think there's offensive foul, illegal screen, I believe. #21, Anthony Green committed that foul.
Russell trying to get it out there, but there's Suvanats underneath. And Manguel stuffed him.
He pinned it up against the backboard, but when he came down, he lost his balance and went down and
got called for a travel.
He got called for travel on that.
It was a beautiful play.
He came out of nowhere because I thought Jeff was going to just set that in.
Michael takes an inbound bounce pass and puts it right in. Michael has 5, leading the team. Hunter for 3. That's not going to go. Russell Skies picks it up, and that ball's going to get thrown ahead to Strain. Lucas, that is. No good. Suvanats and the Wolverines are going to set it back up. And here comes Michael making it stripped by Manguel Jr. He's going to try to drive to the hoop, puts it up. He's going to get a foul. And he's going to shoot 2. So
I think that was Christian Russell.
Christian Russell, yeah.
Yep. The blocking foul. He didn't actually go out to try to block the shot, but he blocked with the body.
Nothing but net. Here's the second shot, and he hits it. 13-11 Wolverines. Under 2 to go in the first. Strain, nice. And
Michael trying to drive through too many people here. Keep that good passing going. You can't drive through 3 people to get to the hoop.
They're going to call a jump ball there. Wolverine possession.
Excuse me, that wasn't Michael. That was Lucas.
Murch for 3. Just bounced off the rim. Wyndham trying to.
Well, that was a travel.
That was a travel there by Manguel. Manguel is a little bit out of his game, I've noticed so far.
I don't know if this has any impact, but morning games for these kids are not usually their best time. Not sure why, but just happens that way, it seems. Another
Nice.
steal. Another steal with a questionable pass.
But if you notice, they're feeding it to Manguel Jr. as much as possible. But there's Hunter for three. That's gonna fall. That's his second three, and the Whippets are up 14-13. Trap there on Strain. He goes down to the ground, and the Whippets are tweaking it up, and here we go. And they're running. Underneath, though, Isaiah Manguel doesn't fall. Suvanants goes up, gets the rebound, but Murch ends up with it. Here come the Wolverines back under a minute to go. In the first, Murch floats up. They called off the shot. Windham fans not fond of that call. It's on Jenkins, Jack Jenkins. He's a junior.
Not a shooting foul. I thought he might have been going up, but apparently
They called it off. They called it off before the shot. Murch is going to go ahead, and he's going to travel. And he doesn't agree with it. And we get Jacob coming in for the first time. Murch is going to take a seat, and this is the first time today that we have all three strains on the floor at the same time.
48 seconds to go here. 14-13 Windham. Going to try to get that last shot before the end of the quarter.
Manguel. You don't want him to get hot. 7 points for Manguel.
Well, the thing was, he had no pressure on him on that shot whatsoever. He was all by himself.
There's a lot of pressure, but they're going to call a foul. And that was on Manguel. That's his first. Manguel Jr., that is. Wolverines were up by 3 now. Whippets up by 4. 7-0 run.
That was the 16th foul for Windham, which puts
almost in the bonus.
Yeah, almost in the bonus. 1-1 here for the starting the second quarter.
Sean Garvin into the game for the Wolverines. Suvanant sits down. Prince Pacheco in, and Manguel Jr. is probably going to take the rest of the first off.
17 seconds to go here. Hopefully Griswold will get off a decent shot to end the first quarter. We got Sean Garvin in, one of their 3-point aces. You got to move it. Got to get it. Somebody's got to shoot.
Straight in traffic, and he drills it.
Huge bucket here at the end of the first quarter by Lucas Strain. Brings it to within 17-16. 1 quarter in the books, Michael.
You know, he had double coverage there, too. He had 2 Whippets right in his face, and he still drained the shot. 17-16 after 1. Whippets lead here in the ECC Division II Semifinals. We'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Hey guys, how are you?
And we are back here at Windham High School. Hey, Ref, you ready to go?
We're Plainfield High School, Michael.
Why? What's the matter with that?
You said Windham High School.
I said, Ref, you ready to go?
You said we are
Windham?
back here at Windham High School.
Did I?
It's okay. We're good.
You know, I turned 56 and everything
Jesus,
falls apart.
that's what happens.
My God.
That's what
I
happens.
will say this. I put a poll up on SNSN, asking if people thought that live streaming would hurt admission sales. Well, I look around. There's more here at any game that I've seen all year, and we have more people on the stream in the first quarter than ever.
That's great.
At a sustained time.
That's great.
So the answer to that is no.
Okay, Windham takes it out here. Starts second quarter, leading 17-16 over the Griswold Wolverines. That is stealing.
You just kind of poked that away. Strain to the hoop. It doesn't fall, and Windham's going to get the ball back. Isaiah Manguel gets it over to his cousin, Travis Manguel Jr. Hunter had the ball for a minute. He has a couple threes already in this ball.
Yeah, Hunter's had some open shots here, and he's another guy you can't leave alone.
Windham having a hard time right now. Look at that. That ball almost thrown away.
Isaiah is being double and triple teamed every time he gets the ball underneath. He has no place to go.
Nice little pick there by Green. Lucas picks up a foul. That's 3 on the Wolverines. But that defense right there for the Wolverines, that was the toughest I think I'd seen them all year.
Yeah, really quick to the ball, following that ball really well around the court here on D.
There's Hunter. No good. And Michael Strain comes down with it. You know, if you're going to play that kind of defense, now's the time. Souvenance all the way through. Takes the lead back for the Wolverines.
Jeff loves that coast to coast. He loves that, get that rebound, just take it all the way down. Nobody expects it, and that's why he sometimes gets that open lane. And he had it that time. He's great. Another illegal screen, I think.
And that's on Anthony Green. That's his second already.
And 1-1.
And they're in the bonus.
Should be in the bonus.
They are.
7th foul. Why is that not 1-1?
I'm not sure. Wolverines up by 1 and the ball. And they're back to spreading it out again, if you've noticed. Little 4 corners basketball. Souvenance was going to take it, but he kicks it back out to Strain. Inside to Christian Russell. To Murch, who was going to take it, but then Manguel Jr. was all over him.
Murch, very uncharacteristic, has only taken 2 shots today. He's 1 for 2.
Russell to Strain on the outside. He still can't find an open look. And the Wolverines are taking their time. And March! 6 at 3. Drilled it. And that's what happens when you start taking your time. This is what they did in Mountain.
Yep. As long as they can control the ball and don't make a bad pass. Ooh, Travis comes right back.
Manguel's got 10.
Wow.
21-20. Michael Strain drive. Nice fake.
Oh,
and he traveled.
Oh, he must have just dragged that back foot, because from here it didn't look like a travel. It looked like he held it down. But the ref was right there, right behind him. You call that travel. 21-20. Griswold with 5:15 left here in the second quarter of this semifinal matchup.
I'm already winded.
It's because you're 56.
Yes, I know.
As of yesterday.
Uh-huh.
There's Malcolm again.
That's not going to go. And Michael Strain gets up there.
Oh.
And luckily, the ball didn't. That was beautiful.
Nice ball movement. Great ball movement.
The nice thing about that, nobody being selfish.
No. Find the open guy. Murch is wide open under the hoop, and Lucas fed him, and great 2 points.
23-20. Wolverines back up by 3. It's a back and forth contest here at Plainfield High School. Manguel misses the 3. Here come the Wolverines.
And the beast, Michael Strain, pulls that down.
Strain almost loses it over to Murch, who's getting double teamed. Christian Russell to Souvenance. He's going to drive to the hoop. No good, but there's Michael right there to put it back in. Windham gets a timeout.
Wow. Different team here, Mike, tonight with their full force in effect here with, Russell and Souvenance back and Strain's Murch. They look like a different team.
We're going to take a break. You are watching ECC semifinal action. Division II Wolverines and the Whippets right here on SNSN.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138, Griswold.
Tire Queen!
And we're back here at Plainfield High School.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Wolverines up by 5.
Hey, other games going on today. This is like Big Saturday in the ECC. So in addition to this game, next here at Plainfield will be Killingly and Stonington. And also right now playing in Waterford is East Lyme and New London. And following that will be Waterford against St. Bernard's. That would be in the Division 1.
Sylvanot swats it away.
We haven't seen that for a while, have we?
Shoe fly.
With a nice block under the hoop. That was all ball.
And Windham is slowing it down just a little bit and playing more at a Griswold pace. So Griswold's controlling the game, if you've noticed, Merch.
Yeah, Malcolm Hunter out, replaced by Julian Cruz right now, number 12. Yeah, he's the kid you can't let open. You just can't leave him open. He's just that good.
13 for Manguel Jr. And he alone has kept Windham in the game.
They're really spreading this offense, which they did against Montville the other day, too. What a great rebound by Jeff. Ooh, had it up and in.
But then it went into Michael's hands and off of a whippet, so they get the ball right back. Wolverines inbound the ball. Lucas looking for somebody to go to. Murch, he was going to pull the trigger, but didn't. Russell, he'll take a jumper. Count it. He's not a bad shot himself, you know.
Nope, very good outside shooter.
Wolverines up by 4. Russell has 6. Murch has 7. Michael Strain has 8.
Ooh.
And they're going to call it on the Whippets.
There's a foul. Who was that on? Number 10?
That is on Victor Mejia.
Oh, number 20?
Yep. 27-23. Griswold up. 2.5 to go.
Here's that 1-and-1 we were looking for last time.
Yep. Griswold in the bonus. So Michael's going to go ahead and shoot 1-and-1.
He's 3 for 4 already today at the line. Ooh.
Suvanant gets the rebound on the missed attempt. Russell traveled.
Okay, 27-23 Griswold. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the first half.
They are not letting Manguel get inside.
Oh,
and a
nice
steal by the Wolverines.
tip away by Murch. And
Who'd they call the travel on?
yeah, we called it on Murch because Manguel got in front of him, and I thought it might have been a foul, but they called the travel instead.
For 3, no good. And they're going to let that go out of bounds back to the Wolverines.
That always scares me when somebody lets it go out of bounds. And I'm really sure it's been off it was tipped off the other team. So
under 2 to go in the first half. Wolverines have a 4-point lead. Russell for 3. And Suvanant gets it, and he misses the bunny.
Another Windham foul.
That's Manguel Jr. That's his second.
That's good news for Wolverines. Back at the line, we got Michael Strain because he's always fighting his heart out underneath the hoop.
What do you think Wyndham's thinking? they saw a team that they whooped them 16-0 in the first. And now.
And Windham just beat Plainfield the other night by 49 points, which to me sounds like a little bit of a running the score up to me. 49 points is a lot of points to feel comfortable winning a game by, but they did it. Maybe try to make a statement.
Strain hits them both. Wolverines are up by 6, 29-23. Certainly not a comfortable lead, though, against these Whippets.
No, absolutely not. Long way to go. Long way to go.
20 against Montville wasn't comfortable.
No. Coach Molesky didn't put in his reserves until just a couple seconds ago. Wow, what a great shot. Nice floater by Travis Manguel. Gives him 15 points in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a steal by Manguel. He's a one-man wrecking crew right now. Pulls up. No good. And he gets his own rebound.
Unbelievable.
Still doesn't put it up. They're real aggressive under the hoop right now. Robinson Smay put one up, and somebody got a foul.
3 white. That was Michael, I believe. Yeah, so we don't want Michael getting in trouble either.
That was Jacob.
Jacob's not in the game.
Well, they put it up there. Or
No.
Lucas.
Lucas.
Robinson Smay sinks his first. 29-26 Wolverines. He missed the second. The Wolverines are just about a minute left to go in the first half and a 3-point lead. No look pass over to Murch. Off it, but Suvanant's right there. So Strain will pick it up and blocked, but then his brother will pick it up and they're going to call a foul. Wolverines go to the line again.
I think that was on Villafane.
That was on Jaden Villafane.
That's a 2-shot foul right now. It's in the double bonus.
They're in the double bonus. As the ref goes ahead and indicates 2 shots for Lucas.
Not sure if everyone's noticed, but there are 3 refs on the court today.
There were 3 against the Montville game too, yeah.
So all ECC games are 3. Got to take advantage of all these free throws.
Jenkins comes back in. Robinson Smay for Windham takes a seat. Lucas missed them both. 40 seconds to go. 3-point Wolverine lead. For 3, that's no good. Murch gets the ball as Villafane was nowhere close, but then they're going to get the ball right back again as Hunter. He's going to try to bring it, and he does all the way, and back to Villafane, who goes ahead and rectifies the situation. 29-28. What a game.
10 seconds to go here. Oh, Murch had that shot.
Russell. Oh, in and out. However, this is one hell of a ball game.
Yeah, good game, Michael. Wolverines come to play. We know Windham's been great all season.
Mercy sakes alive. All right, we are at halftime. The Wolverines go into the locker room with a 1-point advantage, 29-28. You are watching ECC Division II Semifinal action from Plainfield High School. And we'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Family owned and operated. That's something you don't hear too often anymore. Highway Campers of Plainfield is now 3 generations in and going strong. If you're looking to upgrade or get your first RV, contact the family that knows RVs, Highway Campers. They'll walk you through the process of finding the right RV for you and can even finance it for you. Visit www.highwaycampers.com and find your home on wheels. After all, home is where you park it. Highway Campers is a proud supporter of Griswold Youth Football.
That's 29.
And we are back. 29-28. Merch and I will talk about the situation right here on SNSN. Did you know that Allstate Insurance, the Trahan agency, has 2 offices now, Plainfield and East Lyme? And that's good news for you, since Kevin Trahan has been in the insurance business for well over a quarter of a century. Plus, he's easy to find. Just search in any browser, Kevin Trahan, Allstate Insurance, and when you get to his Facebook page, you'll find tons of helpful information on questions you may not even have thought to ask. Allstate Insurance, Trahan Agency, Plainfield and East Lyme, proud sponsor of Griswold Youth Football. And we're back here at Plainfield High School, the host site for the semifinals for Division II. Although the Plainfield Panthers were eliminated the other night by the Windham Whippets by quite a margin.
Yeah, 49 points, 83-34. So they let us know, and we know this anyway. They can score a lot of points. The Whippets can score a lot of points. And I think in the second half, you'll see Travis Manguel going to that hoop and hitting, shooting threes to try to, turn this little bit of a deficit around for them, because that's what they do. They score points. And I think Griswold's defense has been phenomenal so far in the first half.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is probably the most solid defense I've seen the Wolverines all year. And I think we got a little bit of a taste of that against Montville.
Yep.
And it seems like they have a whole new formation. Maybe it's the old formation. We just haven't seen it in a while because we haven't seen Jeff Suvenance, and we haven't seen, Christian Russell really is starting now in front of Jacob Strain.
Yeah.
So that kind of changes things up.
There's a whole different dynamic here with Christian back, because he's a shooter. Jeff back, he can go to the hoop. He can get a lot of rebounds, put him back up and in. Whole different dynamic. So Coach Molesky has opened up the offense. He's spread out the offense. It's almost a 4-corner with someone, going to the middle on occasion to try to get that ball down low and then kick it back out if they don't have the shot. So it's different, and it's if you can control the ball with that type of offense,
right?
And it's normally when you're playing against a zone defense too. Man on man, they don't do that offense as much, but on a zone defense they do, and they're playing that very well. They did a great job at Montville the other night, and they're doing a good job here in the first half.
They absolutely are. 29-28 is the score. Griswold leads by 1. We are at halftime. Mike the Merch and Nick on the cam today. We'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN. The holidays are over, and it's time to start paying the bills. Let Cash for Cars help you out by taking away that old jalopy in the backyard. The one back there. Cash for Cars will tow away your cars, trucks, SUVs, and pay you $300 to $400 in cash. Blown up, no title or keys, they don't care. Call Cash for Cars, 860-373-2556, or shoot them a message on Facebook. Search Cash, the number 4, Cars. Cash, the number 4, Cars. And get paid now. Reliable plumbing and heating services are just a phone call away when you contact the professionals at McGuire Plumbing and Heating in Fallontown. Family owned for more than 35 years, McGuire Plumbing and Heating has earned a reputation by providing accurate quotes and being open and honest when on the job, plus giving honest advice that may be needed down the road but isn't an immediate concern today. Find McGuire Plumbing and Heating on Facebook or call 860-376-3388. Look for the big truck with the little Irish. And we're live back here at Plainfield High School. Griswold up by 1, 29-28. Definitely a different team than Windham saw last time when we were at Windham, and even really when the Wolverines played them at home.
Yeah, I think actually Windham may be a little bit shell-shocked out there, because not to say that they would ever come out, Paul Martineau is their coach, and he's a good coach. They would ever come out and be overconfident and think that they're going to run over Griswold like they seem to have run over Plainfield the other night. But I think that they've gotten themselves, Isaiah Manguel down low. He has not had nearly the impact that he's had the first 2 games. They are double and triple teaming him when he gets the ball, and he's big kid down there. And I think Jeff Suvenance, is matching up to him pretty well. But I think that Windham's a little bit on their heels today versus the first 2 times that these 2 teams met.
Little different, and I think you're exactly right. I don't think that Windham. It's not that maybe they didn't expect it; they just didn't see this dynamic. They didn't see the offense spread out like last time.
Offense, and it's just a
They're
whole different
slowing it down.
Yeah, and they have a whole different mindset on defense.
Yeah.
And in the first half, 4 fouls. That's all they had is for 4 fouls. So when you can play an aggressive double teaming, trapping defense like Griswold's been playing, and still only have 4 fouls,
Right.
I mean that means it's working. It's working. So again, I think from the Griswold side that's a big positive, and from the Windham side, I think they were a little bit surprised by it.
I think so too. I think so. I think that's a big part of it. And also the beginning of the game, Isaiah, or I should say Travis Manguel Jr.
Little off his game. Little off his game.
He got back on it real quick.
Oh, he did. He's got
15
15 out of the 28 points. So he's got more than half their points, which doesn't surprise either one of us because the kid can play, and he has a good supporting cast too. He can get that open shot and hit that open shot when he has it, but he also is a smart player, and he knows how to get to the hoop and dish it off because he has a good supporting team out there for the Whippets.
One of these teams go to Mohegan Sun on Tuesday. One of them go to their Xbox machines.
Not quite, because they're both going to the state tournament in another week or so. But it's going to be a lot more fun if whatever team gets down to Mohegan Sun.
And no doubt Windham's going to get a really good seed.
I think so.
You know what I think I told you. I was looking at the rankings for the boys, and we might see Griswold Killingly.
Yeah, you would mention
right off
that.
the bat.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. You almost think the guys would maybe rather play somebody that they didn't face, because they don't know a lot about them.
Yeah.
On the other hand, with the way that Griswold's been playing and the fact that they did beat Killingly the last time out at home, they may be very confident that they could do that again.
We'll have to see what happens. All right, both teams are back on the floor. We are going to continue our coverage in just a minute and start the second half. Don't forget, merch. Why don't you go buy some flowers today?
Maybe I will.
You buy some flowers?
Yeah, you just you just put some pressure on me now, Mike.
I did, yeah.
Because I know somebody at home who's watching and now getting out of vase,
And you know what? And I know Mrs. Merch, and darn it all, she deserves flowers from where? The Jewett City Greenhouse and Florist. Absolutely. See what I did there?
I did. You're very markety.
Anyway, they're in their 4th generation at the Jewett City Greenhouse and Florist. Check them out. Go say hi. Tell them we said yo. Yo. Imagine going up to Lou D'Amico going, hey, Mike said yo. What?
Yeah.
Jewett City Greenhouse and Florist, right on Ashland Street, right next to the Jewett City Savings Bank in Jewett City.
Hey, you know what, Mike? Another thing with this Griswold Wolverine team is they have had several games this year that they have had the opportunity in the closing moments to win that game, and something would go awry, and they miss a shot or make a bad pass, and they could not close it out. Let's just hope that if they get to that point today, that they can close that game out.
Well, they lost the first one here, and the ball was stolen by Windham. There's Villafane at the top of the key. Looks like he's controlling it a little bit more, where before it was Manguel at the top, and then he would drive. So Windham changing it up just a little bit.
Playing man-to-man out there right now, Wolverines are. And you know what's happening? I know what they're doing. They're playing a box-and-one defense. They've got a box going, and they've got Michael Strain one-on-one on Manguel. So it's a box-and-one that they're putting on him just to try to slow him down.
That's Isaiah Manguel for 2. And just like that.
Nice rebound and put back by Isaiah Manguel.
And just like that, the Wolverines are down by 1. So this game is virtually dead heat.
Very tough defense here. The Whippets are coming right out on the ball, almost to half court, as Griswold is opening up their offense. Another bad pass.
They tried to get it
in a row.
Yeah, they tried to get it into Jeff Suvanants, but it actually went right to Manguel.
That's the problem with this little bit of a slowdown offense, is that you have to control the ball for a period of time. Calling that one on Murch. It'll be his first. Oh, they didn't. They called it on Christian Russell. Excuse me.
(30-29), Whippets. Hunter for 3. Over and above, and then Murch just rips that ball away. And then almost passes it right back to the Whippets. Suvanants goes right on up there, and he is tied up by Hunter. I'm going to call it jump ball. It's back to Windham.
So Griswold came out a little slow here in the second half. Couple of bad passes, and that was a quick shot by Lucas. Not sure it was a great first shot, but they know what they have to do.
I was like
that boxing one, Michael's.
That one's going to be on Murch.
Yeah, went for the steal and did not get it.
Hunter had the ball under control. And looks like Hunter is going to come out of the game, and Robinson Smay is going to come back in for the Whippets.
Hunter's right there.
Oh, he just moved over. Tell you, it's that birthday. Villafane floats it in, no good. He gets his own rebound. And
Travis Manguel.
I'm taking a break.
It's like a one-man show out there with Travis Manguel. These two kids just really good, and they are playing some great defense right now. The Whippets.
Fadeaway jumper, no good.
It's forcing them to take bad shots, and they've taken a couple bad shots already here in the second half.
There's a tip by Christian Russell, but right to Villafane.
Hunter all alone over here.
Manguel gets stripped.
Another foul.
Yep.
I'm sure who that was on.
That was on Lucas, I believe.
That's Lucas's third foul, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They can ill afford to have him get in foul trouble. (33-29) here with 4:56 left in the third quarter. Windham in the lead.
Windham started off the second half on a 5-0 run. Oh, make it a 6-0 run. They're now up by 5.
And Windham is playing some terrific defense.
And
another steal.
Steal by Manguel Jr. Villafane gets it off to Jenkins, who's having a hard time with it, to Manguel. No good, and Suvanants gets the ball. That was Isaiah Manguel who had the rebound. And the Whippets are all over it. They've come out extremely aggressive.
Yeah, they're playing very, very well, and Griswold is completely rattled right now.
Yeah,
they're having trouble controlling the ball. They put up a couple of real iffy shots. They're just now out of their game because Windham has become so aggressive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 34-29. My name is Mike. He's the Murch. And we've got Nick on the cam. His mother told us to call him Nickel Pickle.
I'm sure he loves that.
Hey, Nick. So we hear your nickname is Nickel Pickle. He's not too happy about that. Look at him. He's not thrilled about that. Yo, really? So we have more than one nickel pickle here. I have a Nick. I just call him Nick Knack.
Nick Knack.
Yeah, he's 24 now, so I don't call him anything but Nicholas. He's got to be Nicholas now.
There's Sean Garvin in the game here, subbing for Christian Russell. Another good outside shooter. Doesn't get a ton of varsity playing time, but has done a very good job when he's been in. They are just having trouble moving that ball inside.
Garvin almost took, but Suvanats gets it to Michael Strain. Count it! And a foul.
See, that's great passing underneath. Great passing. Good look by Jeff. Nice pass, and Michael finishes.
That was on Jack Jenkins, his second. Three-point lead by Windham. Michael trying to cut that lead with this free throw right here. And it's good.
34-32, 4:07 here in the third quarter.
Michael 6 for 7 from the line.
Playing great underneath as he always does.
34-32. Boy, I'll tell you, this is back and forth, back and forth. You don't want to take your eyes off this one because you don't know what's going to happen. Manguel keeps himself, pulls up jumper, no good. Nice block by Suvanats. Up ahead to Murch. And that's a goaltend. Counted for Murch.
How tall is Travis Manguel?
Travis Manguel.
He got over the top of the hoop and bounced that ball off the hoop.
I think he's 5'20".
At least.
He's huge.
At least he plays that tall.
Kick it out to Hunter for 3, and he rolls it from the corner. He's got 3 threes. 37-34 Windham. Suvanats. The ball just way above him. Couldn't even get it.
Yep.
Back to Windham.
He was cutting to the hoop, and Michael not only threw a little high, threw it behind him.
They went back to Manguel, you notice that on the point. Pretty much controlling the game and getting it to, it's like Villafield's almost like a screen and get him back. See him, he's watching exactly where Manguel's going. But Villafien, just as I say that, drills a 3, and the Whippets are up by 6, and Manguel steals the ball on over to Villafien for 2 more. Somebody better get a timeout. And almost stolen again. And just as I say that, Hunter takes it, but I think they're going to call a foul on him.
No, they're going to call a foul on Lucas Strain, which is his 4th. That was right in front of us, and he was so frustrated. He was getting the ball tagged all over the place, probably had his arm hit 4 times. And then when it was finally stolen, he retaliated and got his 4th foul. That is not a good sign for the Wolverines.
Whippets up by 8. Underneath to Isaiah Manguel. Jeff just kind of picks his pocket. Here comes Lucas. He's going to take it to the hoop, and he misses it. And Manguel Jr.
The kid
with
is
the rebound.
kids all over the place.
Throws it to his cousin Isaiah to Jenkins. That's 3.
Yeah.
And the Windham faithful are feeling it as Windham goes up by 11. 45-34. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Family owned and operated. That's something you don't hear too often anymore. Highway Campers of Plainfield is now 3 generations in and going strong. If you're looking to upgrade or get your first RV, contact the family that knows RVs, Highway Campers. They'll walk you through the process of finding the right RV for you and can even finance it for you. Visit www.highwaycampers.com and find your home on wheels. After all, home is where you park it. Highway Campers is a proud supporter of Griswold Youth Football.
Windham has come out of the locker room with their guns blazing. They came out of the locker room down by 1, and all of a sudden, we got just under 2 minutes to go in the third, and Windham is up by 11.
Yeah, they've come out relentless defense, which has, transitioned into offense. They're making steals. They're getting offensive layups from those steals, and they have really taken it to Griswold here in the second half. Griswold is pretty rattled by the aggressive defense.
It's like Tommy Matson's going to come out for the first time.
Griswold only has 5 points here in the second half, and the half is almost over. Well, it's 2 minutes to go, 1:56 to go in the third quarter.
So you got Sean Garvin, Tommy Matson.
People are out of position right now. We got Michael taking the ball up the court. Another steal.
Right in front of Tommy Matson. Manguel's going to take it to the hoop. Count it, and he's fouled. And Villafane says, let me flex. I say, let me give you a T. I don't think there's any need for that.
Yeah, so Michael Strain bringing the ball up because Lucas has 4 fouls sitting on the bench.
13-point lead.
Michael, we need under the hoop. they are just completely being overwhelmed right now. Completely overwhelmed.
Jenkins is out, and Elvin Alonso coming in. First half, completely different than the second half, as we're seeing. Merck double teamed. Timeout, Wolverines. And the frustration is just growing within Griswold.
They can't move the ball. They become double, triple teamed, and Griswold is just not able to even make passes. Overwhelmed by these Windham Whippets.
Manguel now has 21. Travis Manguel Jr. Jaden Villafane has 9. Malcolm Hunter with 9. Those are your top scorers for Windham. On the Griswold side, Michael Strain with 10. Murch with 9. Christian Russell with 6. Here come the Wolverines.
Again, having trouble getting it over half court, and Christian almost threw that away. And
that's on Alonzo. Nobody really in foul trouble for the Whippets.
No, even though they were in the double bonus in the first half. Call a charge
on Murch. And the wheels are starting to fall off.
Nothing's going right now for Griswold.
And now it's the Wolverines who are getting into foul trouble as they have 6 team fouls here in the second. Everybody is shooting.
When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. And when it's going your way, it is. And Windham's got everything going their way right now.
The bleeding is continuing for the Wolverines. They're going to get a foul on Alonzo. It's going to be his second. But we have less than a minute to go in the third, and the Whippets have opened up a 16-point lead, obviously the largest lead of the game for either team. Maybe the Wolverines trying to get one last shot here. And that ball is stolen again. Villafane to Alonso, no good, and then Villafane.
It was Isaiah Mangual to hit that. 26 seconds to go here.
Murch for three. Got it. 15-point lead.
They're not getting any of those open shots, though, Mike. They are struggling to find an opening anywhere, and Murch had a second and drained it.
Wyndham going to take one more shot here.
He's in there for about 5, 6, 7 seconds, but they're not calling it.
That's the end of the third. Windham comes out and absolutely dominates the Wolverines. The Wolverines only scored 8 points in the third quarter. And they were having problems like that earlier, towards the end of the regular season. They were scoring 8 and 9 points in a quarter. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
No, again, they go from a 29-28 halftime lead to a 52-37 deficit.
Yeah, that's quite a swing right there. Quite
24-8, they're outscored.
What do you do?
Calling the cavalry. I don't know. It's and Lucas on the bench with 4 fouls, that doesn't help. You got to take other guys out of position. Put Shawnee Garvin in there, who has played some varsity, but the intensity of this game with Windham is nothing. and they're playing for their lives out there. They're playing for that run to the sun on Tuesday, and it's just a really tough third quarter for Griswold. Not to say they can't turn it around, but Wyndham's got it going on.
Never say never, but that was a total domination by Windham.
Yeah, they are.
Talk about making a statement.
They just got it going on right now. All the starters back in.
Here we go. Final quarter of play between Windham and Griswold. And it's stolen. Strain gets it over to Christian Russell.
Good way to start third quarter.
Murch with the ball to Suvenance. He thought about the three for a hot minute. Russell to Suvenance. Back again up to the top of the key for Strain over to Murch. He's going to drive, kick it out to Suvenance for three. No good. And Michael Strain right there to go ahead and get it. And then 3-point attempt by Lucas. No good. How about Murch for three? Count it.
Well, after about 3 or 4 shots, somebody's got to hit one.
But the neat thing about that,
they kept the ball alive.
They kept the ball alive.
Right. And Murch.
Oh, hits about 2 people on the way out. It did. It ricocheted. And now the momentum seems to be switching a little bit.
Down to 12 points. Down to 12 points. Not insurmountable, Mike. Not insurmountable. Keep moving that ball and get that open shot, and you never know. Evan,
go ahead.
I was going to say Evan was able to size up that 3-pointer. He actually had a second in which he could breathe, because these kids have not been able to breathe here in the second half the way that the Windham is playing defense, and they're just so aggressive. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Murch is up to 15 now. Is that what you have?
I do. And Michael, I have as 12. I think you might have him as 10, but I have him as 12. So we'll see.
I have him at 10, yeah. Anyway.
Travis Mangual at 21, though. Tell you, kid can play on my team anytime you want. Good.
And you know what? Even though he's got 21 and leads the team, they spread the scoring around in the third. They had 4 3-pointers just in the third. And when you're doing that, you're going to get a lead.
12 points with the ball. Not insurmountable. Not insurmountable at all.
This game is not over by a long shot. Murch gets it into Strain. They better get it over the line to Russell, to Suvenance. And somehow he didn't get fouled.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been tapped on that.
Manguel. And
he just goes to the hoop and says, hey, this is my game. Nobody's going to take it away from me. And he's weaving, bobbing in and out of players and puts it up and in. Almost totally untouched. Got to get the ball over.
And he's only a junior.
Those are the types of things that Griswold is not going to be able to do if they want to make any attempt at coming back in this game. A real hustle play over there by Jack Jenkins, but still out of bounds off Windham.
They got to start working. 6:25 to go.
Got to get the ball over. I mean, Evans, you got to get over the. There you go.
To Russell. Jumper, it's off. Suvenance with the rebound. To Lucas, looking for Murch for three. Off the back. Hunter with the rebound. He's being double teamed. Timeout, Windham.
6:02 left here in the fourth quarter. 54-40 Windham. Windham has control of the ball. And it's going to be an uphill battle, Michael.
Mike in the merch and Nick on the camera. Bringing you the game that you don't have to pay $10.99 for.
Then following this game this afternoon here in Plainfield, we will have the Stonington Bears versus the Killingly basketball team.
They are still the Killingly Redmen.
Technically, I think they are. And again, down in Waterford right now, Waterford is playing against St. Bernard's. And following that game in Division I semifinals will be East Lyme, who beat NFA on Thursday, facing New London.
I heard that.
Excuse me, St. Bernard's facing Waterford. Excuse me.
I heard dogs were uniting and they were offended because of the whippets, so they're going to be now known as the Greyhounds.
Where you get this stuff, Mike? I don't know.
I don't think anybody really wants to know where I get it.
Nice for you. There's the unselfish play by Travis Manguel. He could have gone to the hoop and he feeds off to his cousin Isaiah for an easy two. Evans should have got called for travel. Oh, Michael too, and he did. They're just trying to rush too much because of the aggressive swarming defense of the Windham Whippets. Yeah.
And both the Manguel boys are juniors. Look at that to Jenkins, a little backdoor cut in.
Yeah. See, when you try to overplay, that's what happens when Griswold's in a situation where they've got to get that ball and they try to overplay the defense. And when you do that, somebody's open.
Okay, that's the third on Manguel. The Wolverines are down by 18 and sinking. In the second half, Merch, they're having a hard time getting the ball over half,
and they got to get it now. Oh,
and another steal.
Yep.
And another steal right back, and there's Suvenance, and he's going to take it home to the house. To the house. That ball is off Merch. So but the ref was right there.
It was close. I thought it was a double tip, but
yeah.
16-point deficit for Griswold. Ooh. Through all that, I think 3 Griswold players touch it and ends up in the hands of Isaiah Manguel.
It's on Russell. Going to shoot 2. I mean, you look at up and down this roster, you know, for for the Whippets. Jack Jenkins, Robinson Smay, Victor Mejia, Travis Manguel Jr., Isaiah Manguel, Elvin Alonzo, who we've seen. They're all juniors.
Well, there'll be some pretty good matchups next year, I assume.
Yeah.
With basically the entire Griswold team, juniors.
.16 lead. Russell being double teamed. There's Michael underneath, and he's being double teamed.
Another steal.
Underneath, they're going to get it back out, but then stolen there by Lucas. And he's going to take it in for 2.
Lucas's first 2 here in the second half.
14-point lead. 58-44.
4 minutes to go.
For 3, Hunter.
Boom.
Boom. He's got 4 threes.
4 threes this afternoon. This morning, afternoon.
Murch. Little pull-up jumper there for 2.
Nice little floater for Evan.
61-46. Well, under 4 to go. 15-point lead. Whippets.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable, I would say.
I would think so. Coming up the next game, we have Killingly against Stonington. We're going to be bringing that game. It's scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, right after this one. So there will be some time. The live feed will remain up in the meantime. And then it's going to be myself and, I'm going to be switching over to color, and Scott Fryer got to come in and do play-by-play.
Looks like Gav D'Amico's coming in for the first time this afternoon.
So we've seen really 2 different Griswold teams today.
Well, yeah, I think we've seen 2 different Windham teams today, too, because I think Windham was a little bit on their heels in the first half. In the second half, they had that good locker room talk, apparently, with Coach Martineau, and they came out here firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Their defense this second half has been incredible, and Griswold has been rattled and have not had opportunities to put up any open shots, let alone the fact that they've had trouble getting the ball over half court here in the third and fourth quarters.
And nobody's on Manguel.
Wow, good ball movement.
Yeah.
Good ball movement. I tell you what, these kids, this is going to be a great game here, whoever they play on Tuesday. And if it's Killingly, they just beat Killingly by 17 a week and a half ago.
And right back to Russell and Lucas Strain back into the game. Gavin and Jacob back to the seats.
Kyle Root has not made an appearance today.
He is not.
Oh, boy.
Russell gets the ball over to Murch, who
throws
it to Manguel's knee.
Yeah, good look by Murch to try to get it on the Jeff, and Travis Manguel is just not going to let that happen.
Either team is comfortable right now. Neither team. Michael underneath with the bounce pass, and he's going to put it up. It's going to hit the side of the backboard.
They have just closed everything off for Griswold here in the second half.
63-46. 17-point lead for Windham. And it's because of this guy right here, Manguel to Manguel.
That gives Isaiah Manguel 12 points here in the game.
Murch just flies on in.
Nice drive to the hoop, Evan Merchant. Gives him 19.
And another timeout. 17-point lead. The winner goes to Mohegan Sun to play the winner of Killingly and Stonington. This Windham team, wow. They can just go.
They have played a tremendous second half here. Defense has been tremendous. Offense has been tremendous. Travis Manguel, who can probably hit 40 points a game if he wants to. He's an all-around great basketball player. He's good on defense. He can drive to the hoop and dish off. He's just an all-around great basketball player for the Whippets.
You see these basketball teams throughout the ECC, and you see kids that have good games, and then you see other kids that have good games
every game.
But when you have a good game every game, like Travis Manguel Jr., who's only a junior and has another year to go, this kid I would think is a college prospect somewhere.
I would too. His height may be a little bit of a factor because he's not a tall kid. He must be 5'10".
Yeah, but neither was Spud Webb.
Yeah, but he can elevate like crazy. He had a goaltending call on one of Murch's shots to the hoop, where he hit the ball above the hoop and knocked it down into the back of the hoop. So the kid can elevate like crazy. Uh-oh.
And they got numbers
3-on-1.
Manguel and he gets fouled.
Jeff reaching in. Something's going on with Evan. I saw him limping as he went off the court before, but now
it was on Jacob.
I don't know what's going on with his ankle.
And Jacob's going to come right back out. Obviously, he was in there for defensive purposes. Looks like Jacob's going to check back in. And Murch is going to go, yeah, you're right. Look, he's limping a little bit.
Yeah, he's really gimpy.
He's trying to walk it off a little bit.
I thought that Travis was going to miss a shot. Jeez.
He missed one free throw. He's 6 for 7. Huh? And another turnover back to Windham. 66-48. Murch is back into the ball game.
2:18 to go here in the game. Convincing.
Nice
pretty much dominating in the second half game for the Windham Whippets.
Russell for 3. Isaiah Manguel, who's playing a excellent
great second half. He's at 12 points here in the second half.
And everything is sinking for the Whippets. That was Julian Cruz. 22-point lead. And they're just going to play it. They're going to play it out now.
Well, it's time to get in some of the.
And Windham's going to empty the bench, as are the Wolverines. Kyle Rude, Ryan Tate, Sean Garvin.
Francisco Rabbi is in the game.
Rabbi's in it. And Mr. Sims.
Danny, too.
Get him some action, some ECC action as far as Windham is concerned. Oh, boy. Victor Mejia is in. Villafane is in. Elvin Alonzo.
(72-48). 1:46 to go here. We've got a little bit different looking group out there in the court for both teams right now.
Kyle Rude, turnaround jumper, no good. Danny Sims trying to get the rebound. Minute and a half to go. Griswold has pretty much succeeded the win here to Windham. And there's a Tyler Walter comes off the bench. Free.
We talked earlier about before the game started, I think, about these Windham kids can score, and they're up to 75 points right now.
Give it to Danny Sims.
And they have had games of 80 and 80s and even a game of 90 here a little while back.
Sean Garvin for three. Off the back. Under a minute to go. Tyler Walter looking for some repeat magic.
He could feel it.
He could feel it.
He could feel it.
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Francisco. Take a shot. Ryan Tate drives to the hoop to Danny Sims. Didn't fall.
25 seconds left to go here.
Mejia with the ball. And there's still, and Kyle Rude just says, okay, I'll take it. Francisco Robbie. Oh! I wanted to see him go to the hoop. I wanted to.
Francisco Rabbi's exchange student from Italy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
came over to play basketball this year and has done a tremendous job. Mostly JV, but he did a great job.
Ryan Tate. And the rebound goes
I think that's going to do it, Mike.
Windham 2-1. That's it. Well, I am without words, and that's hard.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think that Griswold played a great first half, and I think that Windham got their game together and basically overwhelmed them in the second half.
Absolutely.
They had trouble finding open passes. They had trouble finding open shots, and they played as well as we know they can play. And Griswold played a good game, but it wasn't it wasn't a great game.
It was a great first half. They were up 29-28. We were talking, off microphone during during halftime, going, what if? The one scenario we didn't what if about was, what if the wheels fall off? And they did.
Yeah, and again, no fault of their own. I think it was just an amazing job by Windham coming out here and just putting on a show. They played amazing defense, which led to a lot of points on offense. They just didn't have a lot of open shots, and then they were having trouble even getting the ball over the half court line. So.
You know what I like about Windham too. We've seen them against Griswold a couple times, but they play pretty much a good, clean basketball.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Here's the other thing I like about Windham: the fans.
Yep.
They're
respectful.
They're respectful.
Of course, when you win, it's easy to be respectful.
Yeah, but you know what? Even in winning and losing, they were going ahead and they were shooting out encouragement to their players and stuff like that. It was nice to hear. You don't hear that from every team.
Oh no, you don't. You certainly do not.
But I enjoyed listening to, the Windham parents and the Windham fans.
But Mike, that's one of those things that goes back to coaching. Goes back to your coaches. Yeah. The coaches actually control what type of team he wants to put on the court, and you go by their rules of being of sportsmanship and playing hard basketball. And if you don't do that, you probably don't play. So. They just have a very good, respected and respectful team. And you're right. You never saw one bit of showboating out there during this game today by Windham, even though they came back in the second half and just blew the Wolverines off the court. No showboating whatsoever. They're in there playing hard basketball. they're good players, and they don't. I've always talked to Evan. If you're that good, you don't have to showboat. You don't have to try to make yourself look better than you really are. If you're that good, so end of the CCC run for the Wolverines. I think there are some very promising things that are going to be going on for them heading into the state tournament, because they have, I think, still turned things around, even though what happened in the second half happened.
Yep.
But I think they have some positive things to look forward to over the next couple of weeks.
I think so too. And Birch, thanks for joining me, and us together. Oh, hey, it's
Kristen Michelle.
Kristen Michelle. That's right. That's the incognito Facebook. What is it with that? Let me ask you a question. Why? I'm assuming that's your middle name.
Because I work at the school and I don't want people looking me up.
Then you have like, let's see.
Well, since they all heard that, they will be now.
That's it.
Now that Mike just told everybody.
Thank you very much. Good night. All right, Merch.
So we want to go through scoring, Mike, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Through the Griswold scoring, we have Lucas Strain with 7, Michael Strain with 12, Evan Merchant with 19, high score for Griswold, and just under the 24 points of Travis Mangal. But Evan is the consistent scorer, has been consistent scorer for the Wolverines, averaging about 15 a game, had 19 today. Jeff Suganats chips in with 4, and Christian Russell has 6 for a total of 48. 20 points in the second half of the Wolverines.
Well, we still have states. That's going to wrap things up for us here at Plainfield High School. Merch, thank you very much.
Hey, my pleasure, Michael.
And we will see you soon down the road. We've got baseball coming up.
Yeah.
We'll see how that flies.
What's going to happen here with basketball in the CIAC tournament? Are we going to be following these boys around, or what are we able to?
The New London game day is going to carry video streaming. If Griswold was there, we could go ahead and do audio streaming.
So are we done today? Is this our
states?
Oh, so we can do states.
Oh yeah, I always do.
States. But we may have to do audio only.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It's the championship games. But otherwise we follow them. We've been doing CIAC right along.
Okay.
They've been real cool to us, letting us do things. So.
Okay.
So anyway.
All right.
Yeah. The merch. Nobody has the merch. The merch is here. I'm gonna eat my donuts. All right.
You have your donuts, Mike.
All right. You've been watching SNSN ECC Division II Semifinals, where the Windham Whippets defeated the Griswold Wolverines and defeated them 75-48. Windham will now go to Mohegan Sun on Tuesday and will play the victor of the next game, which is Killingly and Stonington. And we are going to be carrying that game as well. So hang loose, folks. We got more basketball on the way. Scott Fryer is going to join me in the broadcast booth. And that game should start in about a half an hour or so. We will see you soon right here on SNSN. afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Plainfield High School. A lot of basketball today. That's what we're doing. Basketball. It's the ECC Division II Semifinal matchups. First one we saw was Griswold taking on the Windham Whippets. Unfortunately for Griswold, they are going home. We'll see them in the States, but they lost 75-48 in the first game to the Windham Whippets. They played really, really great basketball in the first half. Then the wheels kind of fell off in the second half as they were actually up 29-28 in the first. Joining me for the first time this year, boy, we had to wait till the playoffs to make it happen. Here he is, host of his own podcast or two or three, or God knows how many he's got going on. He's just a guy with a beer. And what's the other one?
Bronx Baseball and Beer.
Bronx Baseball and Beer. It's Scotzo Fryer. What up, Scotzo?
What's going on, Mike? Hey, everybody, how are you doing? Mike, you mentioned the first game. It was Griswold, the number 6 seed Griswold Wolverines versus the number 2 seed Windham Whippets. It kind of went as we thought it was going to go, but for a while there, Griswold was putting up a great fight. But you could see the wheels starting to come off right at the end of the second quarter there, and then they ended up completely collapsing in the second half. But Windham played a great game, nothing taken away from them. So they did what they had to do to get to the Sun on Tuesday night.
They still have the states to go, so
Yes.
We'll see what happens there. That's going to start in a couple of weeks. You got the girls that are going to be doing states starting this week. They're going
Tuesday
to play
night.
Platte Tech at home, and if they win that, then they'll probably they will because Bacon Academy got a bye, so they'll get Bacon Academy in the second
the
round.
boys are actually playing Thursday night against at Killingly, so that should be a good game too.
And actually, if you do look at the brackets or the seedings and the way everything kind of sits, they might get Killingly in the first round of the CIACs.
They do.
They do?
The boys do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Okay.
It's at Killingly on Thursday night, the 3rd.
So we're just about ready to go ahead and start. They're going to announce the starting lineups for both teams. Killingly will be the guest team, and Stonington will be the home team.
Yeah, they are the number 1 seed in this tournament. So,
So we're going to get the Semino. Great, Jay Grishevich. You know who they got to watch out for? Stonington is going to be Yanni Barabo.
Oh, yeah.
Who's just being announced right now. He's averaging 21 points a game and almost 17 rebounds.
Yeah, he's a force. It'll be interesting to see how Stonington approaches that.
Yeah, when you're averaging a double-double, that's going to be hard to beat. Now we got Stonington, who's obviously the favorite in this contest.
Yes.
The number 1 seed. Dorian White.
He's Mr. Everything for the Bears.
He's a certified superstar for these Stonington Bears.
He's a Griswold killer, too.
Yes. There's Cam Hinchy. We've seen these guys a few times already this year. There's Wynn Hammond, number 5. Nate Sear will get the start as well for Stonington. Sam Montalto, who he's got a pretty good outside shot, even though he's going to start at center. So here we go. We're going to take just a little bit of a break right now because we're going to stand for our national anthem. just about heavy broadcast, I do like to make mention that we are honored here at SNSN to also have veterans on board with us, helping us with the broadcast. Obviously, we're familiar with John Harden, retired from the United States Navy, Lloyd Van Lannen. And now also the gentleman who's sitting with me right now, Mr. Scott Fryer.
Sir.
So thank you, Scott, for everything that you've done for this country.
It was an honor to do so, and we appreciate the support. I definitely can say that.
And I know that you do a lot for Veterans Affairs and supporting of veterans, and there's so much work that needs to be done
continuously
with our veterans. It's probably what the biggest faction in the United States that goes neglected.
I would say so. And that's unfortunate, but that's a talk for another time, Mike.
That is.
Let's get this game going. I think this is going to be a good one. And we're just about to tip this off, so let's get it rolling.
Okay, so this game right here is for a trip to Mohegan Sun. It's going to be Barabol, and, Barabol gets the ball. Here we go. Drew Johnson on over to Lowry. And I'm going the wrong way. That's Simino. My goodness, I've already screwed up. It's Griswold, number 10.
It's been a long day already.
Oh, my goodness. You know what it is? I have a birthday yesterday, and I am totally messed up. They get the ball inside to Driebolts. Back out to Simino. Griswold is going to bring it back out. They can't seem to get inside, but Driebolts takes a shot, doesn't go, but then it's picked up by Trevin Russ. Puts it away. Killingly up by 2 already. And White turned in. That's a mental mistake that you don't see that kid make very often. Barabol for 3. That way off to the right. Brought down by number 23, Colby Lopes.
3.
Fight under the boards. Killingly comes back with it. Driebolts to Simino. We saw Griswold and Killingly earlier in the season, Scott, and it was a tough game for the Wolverines up at Killingly High School.
Yeah, Killingly is always tough, and no matter what sport you're playing against them, you know they're going to bring it. They have some great athletes at the school, so that does not surprise me. So this might be a close game.
And as far as Killingly is concerned, one thing that they're that they have is they have the VOAC program, so they get other students from other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Soren Reef, for example.
Absolutely.
From Griswold right up to Killingly. And there's a kid actually on the Killingly team right now, that Ashton Goodwin plays for them.
He's a Griswold. My son played with him at in middle school.
Ball gets away, but Driebolts gets it back. And we're going to take another 3, but that was partially blocked. So Driebolts only made it about 3/4 of the way. Here's Dorian White. He's going to drive to the hoop, and they're going to call it off before the shot is even made as it follows on the floor.
Yeah, he's got this young man. I've watched him a few times already this year. He's got some great moves. That was a nice crossover drive to the hoop. He got fouled on the floor beforehand, but a little stop and pop, and he's struggling to find his shot here early on.
And got it stolen. The foul was on Griswold, by the way. Barabol, he's going to take it to the hoop, get fouled, but a little too tough off of the board. Didn't go. That foul is on Nate Sear. Barabol sinks the first. He's a little bit better than a 75% free throw shooter. And he gets them both.
Didn't even touch the rim.
4-0. Dorian White kicks it down underneath, out to the wing for Nate Sear for 3.
Yeah, sometimes when you're the number 1 seed, you get that week off. It takes a little bit for you to get going, but once this Stonington team gets going, Mike, you should see some fireworks.
Yeah, especially Dorian White. Barabol underneath. Wow,
good move. And reverse.
Barabo, averaging 21 points a game. Killingly with another rebound and another bad shot, I think, there for Stonington. I think Stonington's rushing it, Scott.
A little bit.
Speaking of rushing it, that was Griswold. They're going to watch Dorian White a lot, Scott.
They're going to, yeah, they know what they're doing. They watch the film. They know where their bread and butter is. But Stonington has a lot of weapons.
Hinchy shot a three. It didn't happen. He came back, got a pass, and just kind of floated it in. 6-5.
Stonington has a lot of perimeter shooters, but they also are tough inside. So it's going to take almost a perfect defensive game from Killingly.
I think you're right.
So far, so good.
From the corner, didn't have much of an arc on it for Griswold. Two more for Killingly, and they get a steal. And here's Trevin Russ.
Oh,
all ball blocked there.
That was very emphatic.
Montalto.
As a matter of fact. Knocked out of bounds. Ball will stay on the Stonington end.
8-5 is your score. That's a launch by Nate Sear. No good. And Killingly gets the ball. Oh, right on back to Stonington. And they're going to slow it down as they get it to number 24, Dorian White.
Yeah, their offense completely runs through him.
And he shows, but he backrooms the ball, and here comes Killingly again.
He's struggling to find his shot early on, Mike.
Barabo is about 6'4".
Yeah,
6'3".
he's a large young man.
You see that pass from Griswold. That was a three-point attempt from Griswold. Stonington down 8-5. 2:45 to go in the first. ECC Division II basketball. Oh,
two tough misses down low. Those are the shots you got to put away.
And Stonington can't convert. Nice pass there. That got away with a foul.
Yeah, when the team's giving you easy buckets like that, you got to put it down, Mike, because that's where the game is won and lost right there.
Montalto tried to do it, and he was trying to come over to get the ball from Griswold, but he got away. Killingly is controlling the tempo, Scott.
Yeah, they're controlling the tempo. They're playing tough, hard-nosed defense, and they're giving Stonington all they can handle as to this point so far. About 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And White's still struggling.
So Barabo and Dorian White both missed threes, and Killingly has the ball again. They're up 8-5, under 2 to go in the first. Griswold over to Simino. Being guarded by Cam Hinchy. Trevin Russ to Griswold.
You thought about it.
Oh,
good
look
looks.
at that. Oh, and it's stripped right away.
Good defense. That was a good look inside.
It was a really good look, but Dorian White read it really well.
Yes.
Luke Lowry into the game for the first time for Stonington. Wow. Oh! Where did Dorian White come from?
That's one of those easy baskets.
Shoe fly. Barabo trying to find a shot. That was a fourth shot for sure.
It was.
Barabo is all over the Stonington offense. Stonington can't get a shot, but Dorian White finally gets it in for Stonington, and that's his first bucket of the game. 8-7 Killingly.
Yeah, if you're Killingly, that's the last guy you want to get hot.
And Dorian White steals the ball, and he hands it on off. Nice look to Lowry for 2. Stonington gets their first lead of the ball game, 9-8. Killingly trying to move it around the perimeter, and Lowry falls. I'm sorry, that was Simino. We're going to have to call a timeout there because he was being crammed in the corner by a bunch of Bears.
That's something we saw Windham do very effectively against Griswold in the first end of this doubleheader, Mike.
Yeah, in the second half.
They really pressed Griswold, and Griswold had no answer for the press.
What do you think happened? What was the big difference? I mean, you were here. You saw the game. What was the big difference between first half Griswold and second half Griswold?
I think that Griswold changed up defenses. They definitely did. They went from a 2-3 to a 1-3-1, and they had a lot of trouble defending once they went to that play, especially in the corner and up top. And then I also think that they handled the press very poorly as a team. And Windham read that. They knew what was going on, and they really took advantage of Griswold. They couldn't get the ball across midcourt several times. They had to either call timeout, or they were turning it over, or they were forcing a pass to try to get it over, and it was picked off. And I mean, they telegraphed their passes so many times, and that was the difference in that game. Is the press of Windham really overwhelmed Griswold. And great job by Windham for making the halftime adjustments. Like I said, you could see at the end of the second quarter where they made their adjustments, and that game started to shift.
And shifted in a hurry.
Yes.
Here's the end of the first, and Barabo takes a shot, and it doesn't go. And the Bears, Montalto gets the rebound. So we've played one in a I guess a pretty low-scoring affair.
Yeah, 9-8 after one quarter, and both teams have a pretty good showing out here. The gym is probably about 3/4 of the way full, I would guess, on our side of the court. So, and I know I've noticed a lot of Griswold folks are sticking around to watch. Most of the Griswold boys are still here watching the game,
and that's because they have friends on all the teams. They're all friends, and they go at it. Everything they leave out on the court. And what did you say? You said between when Stonington was coming in and Griswold was leaving.
So for the people that did not get to watch the last time that Griswold and Stonington played, it was pretty heated. It was a very intense game, back and forth. The fans were into it. The both student sections were really going at each other. The players were going at each other. Very physical game, and there were some shenanigans that went on at the end of the game. But when our boys were coming out of the gym, out of the locker room at the end of their game this afternoon, and the Stonington boys were coming in, I saw a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, and a lot of high fives, and that speaks a lot to the type of kids that are out there. So it's good to see. There might be adversaries on the court, but at the end of the day, they're all buddies, and they handled it really well.
Windham into the game for Stonington. We're going to start the second quarter up by 1. Stonington is 9-8. It's been a pretty closely contested game so far.
The Stonington crowd has been a little bit quiet, Mike.
Inside to Nate Sear. He gets it batted away.
And the Killenly supporters, they always pop out too. So.
Oh, that was a travel. And he got away with it. There's Dorian White for 3. And he couldn't get it, but that's all right because Montalto puts it back.
Yeah. See there, White's still struggling from the outside. His field goal percentage struggling, but his other teammates are picking him up. So that's good. Good sign for Stonington.
11-8, Stonington. Barabo was going to take it for a second, but didn't. Grishevitz floats one, and it goes around the rim. And we've got an injury timeout. Dorian White is down to a knee.
I think he might have got hit in the side of the head. He's backs to us, so we can't really tell, but it looks like he's holding his face. Yeah, it looks like he got his bell rung, Mike. So that's not a good sign for Stonington.
Not for Stonington. And I mean, you don't want to see that at, with any
Absolutely
kid in any
not.
sport.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling right now. Coach is tending to him, but I don't know if he got poked in the eye, but he really looks like he's struggling.
Cole DeVoe is going to come in for Dorian White.
Something to keep an eye on. No trainer yet, which surprises me.
If you're going to get a couple of minutes with no Dorian White, this may be a good time to maybe turn on the heat for Killingly, and here they go.
They got numbers. Astute.
Oh! Montalto says,
Yeah, 2 Stonington players were down on the offensive end of the court, struggling to get back. So looking over at the bench here, it looks like White might have gotten poked in the eye. He's holding up something to his eye right now. So it's good that it wasn't a head injury. We'll keep an eye on that, Mike.
Krishevitz tried to inbound it, not happening.
He's going to get tended to by the trainer.
Stonington still controlling the ball, even with Dorian White out of the game. Cole DeVoe trying to drive underneath, couldn't get anywhere. Lowry with the ball. Gets it back into Montalto. Back out to Win Hammond. To Lowry. Little pick there by Montalto. Nothing happening.
Long three.
Cam Henchy. Kazantis brings it down. Who's into the game for Killingly and a timeout. Redmond. Yes, I said Redmond.
It's still the Redmond until it's not.
It is the Redmond still. I was talking to a couple of people within that organization. They were saying, yes, we're Killingly. And I said, what's your mascot? Well, it's a Redmond, but we really don't talk about it just because, of all the controversy. It's
right.
Yeah. So, it's like the Wolverines going, you know what? I can't do that. Wolverines are thinking about changing their name, though, actually.
What to what?
The Honey Badgers.
The Honey Badgers. I like it. I like it.
Honey Badger. They don't give a.
No, you do not.
Have you seen that video?
I do. So the gym is relatively quiet right now. This is very weird.
Yeah.
So White is going back. He's leaving with the trainer, Mike.
So he could be out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, sometimes when that happens to a team, it's almost like they come together and they know that they have to pick up. They have to pick it up for him. Mm-hmm. And really, only thing that he had going for him so far this game is just his presence on the court, because he really has been struggling from the field. I think he's got 2 points.
Yep.
He hasn't been shooting well. So
he's got, yeah. Which is surprising.
Yeah.
The ball was tipped by Lowry, but Krishevitz ended up with the ball anyway. Lowry all over him. That was Cole DeVoe, I mean. Simino to Grishevitz. And they can't get the ball in. They're playing some tough D right now.
Good perimeter defense by the Bears.
Nice inside look. Grishevitz.
Nice drive to the hoop. A great perimeter defense by the Bears on that possession, Mike.
What would old Greg do? Three-point shot for Cole DeVoe. Welcome to the ball game, kid. 14-10.
Yeah, biggest lead of the game for either team so far. Long range.
God, he shot that from Central Village. You got to get those bunnies if you're going to do it.
That's what I was saying earlier in the game, Mike. They're going to give you those easy ones. You got to convert them.
Trevin Russ couldn't get it to go. DeVoe inside.
Nice reverse.
To win Hammond. 16-10. .70 run. And again, they're going to get a little bit of a tussle on the side.
Jump ball, but it'll stay with Killingly.
They're really starting to get on Grishevic's nerves.
A little bit. It can happen.
Who's that singer we were goofing on? The Russian singer.
Oh, God. I don't remember.
What was his name?
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
He had this incredible range.
Oh, yeah. That guy's weird.
I can't even remember. Killingly with the ball, down by 6. 4 to go here in the first half. Turnaround spin move by Barabo, and he's nowhere near the bucket. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I thought he was going to.
I thought
Sear was pulling up for that one.
Oh, he's going to do it anyway. Nate Sear. It was a long 3.
Good defense inside again by Stonington.
Oh, my God. Stonington is just, they are just stifling.
So this is what they do, Mike. So Stonington will do this. The more they do this, the more they get under the skin of their opponents. And that causes their opponents to make mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes that they wouldn't normally make because Stonington's in their heads. And they start to, it's almost like a Duke style of basketball. You know, they have those kids that are like gnats, right? And they get in your face and they're clapping in your face. And listen, it's all done. It's all gamesmanship.
So Stonington.
That's a charge? Nothing.
Nope, nothing. Calling. And Barabo says, all right, I'm going to keep going.
Nice turnaround, Barabo. Should have been a charge called on that. I think the Stonington coach agrees with me on that.
Barabo's got
Long
6,
three.
but you know what?
Long strange 3.
Hinchy says, I can play. Put me in, coach. 7-point lead. Even without Dorian White, Stonington has an answer. I don't think they want to be pegged as a team as we can only win if Dorian White's in the game.
Yes. He's back on the bench, by the way. Nice look.
Nice look to Colby Lopes, but here comes the Bears. Oh, what a beautiful pass underneath.
Shot. They waved it off, said it was on the floor.
It was on Griswold. It's his first. Okay. Couldn't get the roll. Could Lowry.
Soft rims here at Plainfield.
Yes.
Very soft rims.
There's a 3-point attempt there by Semino.
No one's around. That's
a
poor shot selection by Killingly. And that plays exactly what I was talking about, Mike. How they'll start doing things that are very uncharacteristic of how they do it.
Yeah.
And if I'm the Killingly coach right now, I need a timeout. It's ballooned up to 10-point lead.
And that's Hinchy's second 3 in the second.
You need a timeout to make some adjustments because Stonington is in their heads. They're making plays. Stonington's taking shots with nobody around the basket. We got 3-on-1.
Good call. They're going to call travel there on Stonington.
They were going to call it, but the other ref called a foul.
And they're going to confer.
Yeah, they are. So it's going to be a Stonington ball. But this is what I'm talking about.
They are going to call a push. And that's going to be on Driepholz. He's picked up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, that last possession, that last shot selection by Killingly, 3 Stonington players underneath the basket, 1 Killingly player. That's not how they started this game. This is travel.
Yeah, it was a travel there by Montalto. Oh, almost a steal. It was Montalto again. Killingly's got to find an answer.
It is.
And you're not going to do it like that when the ball gets stolen right back. An alley-oop, are you
Oh,
kidding
that
me?
could have happened. That could have happened.
It's not time for razzle-dazzle, kids. You're only up by 10. Barabo gets blocked. See, and I don't agree with that little play there by Stonington.
No.
You don't start doing alley-oops in the first half. I think they're going to get that from the coach in the locker room.
They might.
There's a three-point attempt there, which is way off by Cole DeVoe. But Montalto puts it back. 12-point lead. Krashevitz on over to Trevin Russ. Inside to Barabo. Barabo has 8 points, but I'll tell you, Stonington has an answer for Barabo. They've been on him the entire game.
They distribute the ball very well. That's a travel.
That's a travel on DeVoe.
He took one too many steps there.
Tried to pass it to Bell and then Biv, and then DeVoe traveled. Bottom. Poison.
Mike Minarski, folks.
Poison.
It's here all week. Nice drive to the lane.
That's a good move by Hammond. 12 points, 26-14. We're just about ready to wrap up the first half. And they're going to get
It's a foul.
It's a foul. It's on Montalto.
His first foul. So very, very few whistles so far. It's only 4-3 foul-wise here in the first half. So
7 different players.
It's a nice move to the hoop.
For Killingly have scored. 3, I'm sorry, for Stonington. 3 Redmen.
Good defense there right at the end by Killingly, not allowing Stonington to get the shot off. But we're going to go to the half with Stonington had a 10-point lead, Mike, and you can expect more of the same from Stonington coming out to start the second half. And I will even go as far as to say their defense was going to clamp down even harder on Killingly, tried to get them to continue to make mistakes on the offensive end.
I think you're right. I mean, you also got to look at it too. Is like, the only people that could really seem to get any shots off, and even those were at a premium, was Yanni Barabo, who had 8 in the first half. Grishevitz had 1 2-point bucket, as well as Trevin Russ. When you only have 3 people, we were kind of equating like the Griswold Wolverines, right? We mainly broadcast the Wolverines, and the last couple of games they've been getting everybody into the game as far as scoring. Everybody's been getting buckets. They've been spreading the wealth around.
Yes,
but what's happening right here to Killingly is kind of what was happening to Griswold during their 5-game losing streak before the ECC tournament started.
They were relying on one person way too much.
Right. And now you look at Stonington, and they had Dorian White pretty much ineffective, really, for the first 2 quarters.
Right.
And then he got bopped in the eye. So thank God he's okay. He was back on the bench, and I'm sure he'll come out for the second half.
Hopefully.
But with that being said, they rely on Dorian White for a lot of stuff, especially offense.
Yes.
But now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different Bears scoring in the first half alone.
That's like what I said. Now, when Dorian came out of the game,
your point,
he came out of the game, and I said, this would be one of those times where, okay, the team knows that their best player is out, so everyone's going to have to pick it up. And that's when they distribute the basketball, and that's winning basketball right there. I mean, you at any point, no matter who your star player is, yes, the offense runs through White, but distributing the basketball and getting everybody involved is how you win basketball games. So it's so far so good for Stonington. They look ready. They were a little rusty, like I was saying, coming out, having that week off. not playing in the first round of the ECCs, having that bye. I mean, that's what happens when you're the number 1 seed. But you see it time and time again in every sport when you have a team that gets a bye and they have to come off, a few days of not playing basketball, competitive basketball outside practice. They struggle a little bit to get going, but once they do, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, Stonington with a 10-point lead here at the half.
All right, so we just went ahead and told you who has scored and get on the board for Killingly. Stonington, like we said, a bunch of people. Luke Lowry with 2. Cam Hinchy with 8. He is actually their leading scorer right now. Win Hammond with 4. Cole DeVoe with 3. Montalto with 4, and some great defense on the inside. Nate Sear with 3, and Dorian White had 1 bucket in the first quarter. So we are at the half, period 3, quarter 3, whatever you want to call it. What's your suggestion, Scott? What do you think is going to happen in the second?
Second half, I said,
more of the same.
I think Stonington is going to intensify their press. They're going to really play tenacious defense on Killingly and
Tenacious
D, the pick of destiny. I think that the Killingly is really going to have to get more involvement, get more kids involved, and quit looking to the same player every single time down the court, because if not, and you got to get those easy buckets. You have to convert on those. Get yourself to the line, slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
Drive it to the hoop and create plays. And when you're driving to the hoop, you can continue to do that. That draws the defense in. Then you can pop it out to someone else, and they can drain the big bucket. So we'll see if Killingly can make those adjustments at halftime. But I honestly, having watched Killingly play, second half is where they really excel. So they're a well-coached team. They play really hard, and they have a lot of talent. So it's an uphill climb for Killingly for sure here in the second half.
And it's still a 10-point lead. And we all know in the ECC, that's not enough.
It's not.
It's not enough at all. So we still have a ball game, and we're going to enjoy the second half, and we'll be back in about 5-6 minutes or so with the second half of action. You are watching ECC Division II Semifinal action. Killingly taking on Stonington. Stonington leads this contest 26-16, and we will be back in just a few minutes right here on SNSN. Welcome back to Plainfield High School, everybody. Halftime has just about expired. We're about ready for the third quarter of action. Stonington up 26-16. They opened up a 10-point lead in the second half. So here we go. Scotzo.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
It's either air fryer or is it Scott fryer?
It is Scott Fryer right now.
Here we go. All right. Killingly with the ball. And almost Dorian White
Close to handle.
tried to strip it, but Grishevitz lost it anyway.
I think that's a terrible call.
And there's a little bit of dissension under the boards. Have you noticed?
I do.
Trevin Ross is talking to Dreebholz a little bit.
That was I disagree with the referee on that call. That was all ball on that. That ball was tipped away, and there was no foul on that. But hey, he's wearing the striped shirt, not me. So my opinion doesn't count.
Colby Lopes.
Turn. Oh, Sear looked to turn around. That was a steal.
Grishevitz. Looking to set something up. As we said, Dorian White is back into the game for Stonington. Barable's going to have to take over. Dreebholz with the rebound. Put back is good.
Long three.
Is that Hinchy?
Yes.
Number 3, yeah. Look at that. Just when Killingly says, all right, we're in, Hinchy says, step back. Dreebholz says, I'll take for 3. And an out. Brought down by Montalto. Dorian White. No good.
Good to see him back in the game.
Yep, absolutely. Good to see that he's nothing serious.
He's got a little some butterfly tape over his eye. So it looks like that poke in the eye earlier.
Barabal with a smooth move. He's got 12.
Kudos to Killingly coming out strong here, making me look bad. White lost the handle. That's going to be a turnover.
$29-20. Stonington. Killingly trying to chip away at the lead. We talked earlier at the beginning of the game. Nice roll there by Simino, but
Nice
it couldn't
pass.
happen. And Hinchy up all alone to Montalto. Slam, bam, thank you, Killingly.
That'll get your blood flowing there. That's one way to galvanize the crowd. It's good, some energy.
There's a foul there. I think it was is that a personal foul? Number 23. That is that's Sears' 4th foul.
Yeah, it is his 4th. And it's only 5.5 to go in the third quarter. So that's not good news for Stonington.
Yanni Barabal just kind of glides in. He's going to take over. If you look at the scoring, for example, Yanni Barabal is averaging 21.1 points a game. Johnny Kazantis is second, and he's only averaging 7.5.
That should have been a foul.
I think they called it. Yeah.
They did.
So there's a big drop-off point here in scoring.
Yep. That's why Killingly really needs to, distribute the basketball. But listen, if Barabo's going to be open every single play, then they got to keep feeding him.
Dorian White gets his first point since the first quarter. And he doesn't get the second one.
He's only got 3 points.
Only got 3 points. Here comes Killingly. Down by 10, 32-22. 5:04 to go in the third quarter. Drebe holds on over to Barabo, to Simino, and Hinchy.
It's a reach.
Hinchy was trying to get it away from him.
It's his first. I think it's his first foul. It is.
It is his first.
So a couple quick fouls here to start the second half by Stonington.
Killingly needs to break their rhythm because they had a heck of a rhythm, especially in the second quarter.
That's a foul.
That's Montalto. That's got to be a Montalto who's all over. Should be a second. Yeah.
Stonington faithful doing their part. I do like the low-key power move that the Killingly student section did by moving to the other end of the court, sitting next to the Stonington kids. I kind of like that. We'll see how that plays out.
Russ gets 1 of 2. Stonington, nice pass from Dorian White underneath to Montalto. Montalto with another bucket. He has 8. 11-point lead for the Bears. Nice move.
He's got moves.
Yeah. Krashevitz. You can't look to Barabo for every single
White is
bucket.
really struggling, Mike.
Dorian White,
Yeah, that's an easy bucket for him normally. And where was that when they played Griswold?
Oh yeah, he's a Wolverine killer.
Oh, he was deadly, including the game-winning jumper with 1.7 seconds left. A good comeback, a 10-point comeback by Stonington in the last 3 minutes of that game.
Nice underneath pass. Oh my goodness! The shooter's roll there for Drebold.
Down to 7. They're chipping away.
Dorian White
Finally.
slide and glide into the lane.
You could see on his face, too. It's almost like he was shaking his head there, like, finally, I got something to fall.
A little confusion there, but
yeah, fans wanted to carry there, but the ref said his hand was above the ball.
And we thought
Good looks.
Barabo, they were wondering why Barabo didn't get a foul there. Now they're just letting him play right now. That's Killingly. He's got the ball back.
This could get out of hand quickly.
And that was Hinchy got a hand on that one for Stonington. Here come the Bears.
Charge.
We're going to call it charge.
Yes, sir. Good call. That's a very good call. Those are tough calls to make. As you saw, I don't know if anybody caught the UConn game the other night. Very controversial play at the end of that game.
It's a Win Hammond. We're going to get a timeout on the floor.
Yes, sir. Good comeback. Good comeback here by Killingly. I mean, they made some adjustments, and they're doing what they got to do right now. But I still feel the same way I did at the half that, eventually Stonington is going to be way too much.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. They're going very, very hard up and down the court, so let's see who's going to get gassed first.
Yeah, this is, listen, when you're down by 10 or more points, it takes a lot of energy to come back in a game. When you make those runs, that takes a lot of energy out, and it's hard to maintain that once you do get back.
I'm getting gassed, just move my head back and forth. My goodness. 36-27, 9-point lead for the Bears. So we were talking about Killingly in their scoring. How about their rebounds? Again, Barabo. He's averaging almost 17 rebounds a game. And then a severe fall off as Driebholz has 6.1 rebounds a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's Mr. Everything. So that's why, when you want to win games, you got to distribute the basketball.
4 blocks a game, leads that category. 2.8 steals.
If he gets hurt,
category.
If he gets hurt, what does Killington do? Who do they turn to? Right, but we already saw White got hurt, and what did Stonington do? Stonington actually played better with him off the court. So
yeah, they did actually. That's where they ended up with their lead. Lowry is all over Griswold. Semino cannot penetrate at all.
That's a travel. Yes, sir. His foot slid, but that's still a travel no matter what.
And frustration starting to sink in for Killingly.
Again.
Called the foul there. Was it on Barabo? I think they called it off.
It's his first.
Before the shot. Semino's going to get a break.
Wow.
For Killingly. Did you see how high
yes
that Barabo got on that one right there? He got up higher than Driebholz, and I think Driebholz is actually
he's got him by a couple inches.
Yeah.
That's a carry.
Got away with it. The refs are letting him play.
Yeah.
Little street ball. Griswold trying to drive.
Pass.
And they're going to reset it up again. Careful. He almost went back. Backcourt. Shevins can't find anybody to send it to. So he's going to kick it out.
That's what they wanted right there.
Driebholz.
They had what they wanted.
And they got their own rebound. And there's Griswold. Nope. Denied again. Here come the Bears. I think the Stonington faithful over there, they were trying to call a personal foul.
Ref got in the way of that one.
Yeah.
Both players went hard after the ball, and the ref was standing right there. It happens sometimes.
It does.
Yee.
It was nowhere close. It was Windham and Griswold again. They were looking for 3. Get it to Barabo on the inside. He's got it. $16 for Barabo. 36-29. Stonington and Griswold gets it on over to Griswold.
Nice move.
Barabo,
wow.
who gets
a foul, but he got hammered, but that was a great move.
He did get hammered.
Yeah, but that was a fantastic move. Going to the hole. This kid's a nice young player. He's a junior.
Mm-hmm. We've been watching him since he was a freshman.
Yeah, he's a nice player.
$17 seconds left to go here in the third. They've got it down to a 6-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely impressed with the way that Killingly has come out and played so far in the second half.
Make it a 5-point lead. 8 points in the third quarter for Barabo himself. Hinchy for 3. Wow.
Big shot.
8 points. They're going to try to get one more shot off at the end of the third here.
Oh, they called the block. That's going to be, is that on Hinchy? Yep, it's on Hinchy. That's a tough call. With 1.6 seconds to go, that's a tough call.
I think the Killingly coach thought it was going to be on their team.
Yeah, I think he thought it was a charge, but I don't know. That one you got to let it go. There was a clean block from behind, too.
Killingly trying to get closer and closer and closer. And she almost got it.
Yeah.
Half-court shot.
All right. Hey, we got a 6 point. We got a ball game, Mike.
39-33 is your score after 3. And Killingly just trying to inch closer and closer and closer. Now they're a little closer to striking distance, and I'm telling you, the fourth quarter is going to be pretty
This
tough.
should be great. This should be great. I'm looking forward to watching some pretty good defensive basketball here, and it's been great so far. I wouldn't say it's been sloppy because I think both teams are playing hard. I think they're playing some great defense. You're seeing turnovers, but not because of sloppy basketball. You're seeing turnovers because of really good defense.
Barabo, almost single-handedly keeping Killingly into this ball game. But then again, it looks like that's what's been happening all year long.
What has he got now?
He's got 18.
I was going to say he's got to be close to 20.
Yep. 21 is his average. And there's not a lot of scoring after him. You got Trevin Russ, who's got 5. And that's 3 from 4 from the free throw line. So thanks to that. Krzyzewicz has got 4, and Drebolts has got 4.
Yeah,
that's it.
This game might come down to to free throws.
A lot of them do.
You know, it's
a lot of them do.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 6-point game. It's a close game, and both teams are playing very physical. Stonington's already got 7 fouls to only 2 for Killingly, so Killingly's going to go to the line. They are going to go to the line a lot in this fourth quarter, and not only is it's they call it the charity strike for a reason, right? You put them on the line, the clock is stopped, so it's almost like 3 points for them. So that's exactly what they want. So I think Killingly's in a good position right now, especially with White struggling the way he has been this whole game.
Oh, barrel ball!
What a block.
Kid's fun to watch.
He is.
A pull-up jumper there for Lowry for 2. We're back to an 8-point lead. Krzyzewicz trying to drive. Gets it into Barabo, and he gets hacked. No foul.
That was all. That was the ball. That was a good no call.
Trevin Russ tried to put it in. Killingly gets the rebound. Oh, wow. Dorian White trying really hard to get that in, but they have a foul off the ball.
Wow, they're going to say that's on the floor. That's a tough call. He was in the air. I disagree with that one, Michael. Yeah, he was clearly in the act of shooting when he got fouled, but again,
that was on Drebolts.
Nothing we can do now.
And another foul. Is that also on Drebolts? He's
got 4.
He just picked up 2 quick fouls.
Yep.
From 2 fouls to foul trouble.
At this point in the game, though, you're down 8 points, and you got to keep him in the game and take your chances.
Here's Windham. Sinks the first. Killingly back up to a 10-point lead. 43-33. Stonington, excuse me. Krzyzewicz.
A little trash talking going on there.
3 for Drebolts. It's not going to go. Killingly gets it off to the side.
Ooh, that was a big shot.
To Lowry. Misses the 3. Killingly's coming back. Trevin Russ.
He wanted that.
He did.
But White closed the door on him.
Barabo for 3. Downtown.
That's a big boy shot right there, Mike.
That's an NBA three.
That was a beautiful shot.
Dorian White with a floater.
That was the one that killed the dagger for Griswold. That shot, exact shot from the exact same spot on the floor. Oh,
Blocked by
swatted.
guess who?
Yeah.
Montalto's back in for Stonington, as is Nate Sear.
He's playing with 4 fouls. So again, at this point, 6:06 to go, fourth quarter, and it's only a 7-point ball game. So another foul call. They're starting to even up on the fouls here, Mike, which I fully expected to happen.
Bears get it into Dorian White, runs baseline, and
yep, I saw that happen.
And now he's holding.
He went down hard and he landed kind of weird.
That's unbearable.
That's his second. Yeah, he's hurt. He went down pretty hard. The way he went down, I was actually surprised he got up and tried to walk on it. So let's hope he's good. He's had a rough game, Mike. This is his second visit with the trainer today.
He's a multi-sport guy.
Yes. I'm assuming he plays
football. Quarterback too, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's their quarterback. He's going to come off. So again, we'll see.
Lowry back in.
Can Stonington do what they did in the second quarter when White went down with the eye injury?
He's frustrated. He's had a frustrating game that young man has.
4 or 5 points. He's hurting. You can see him I'm watching him on the bench right now, Mike. He's hurting. He's got both hands were to his head. And you can see he's in a lot of pain.
Dorian White has 5 points.
Yeah, that's not good. Listen, Stonington still has a 7-point lead. So
and Hinchy couldn't make that one fall. 7 points is the deficit for Killingley, and they're going to get a timeout. $5:39 to go. Mike Minarski and Scott Fryer. I still can't remember. And Nick on the cam. Who was that singer? What was that guy's name?
I don't know.
The one that had incredible range.
Oh yeah. You dang it to look at it. Might be banned, Mike. He's Russian, so they're banning everything Russian from the internet. Russia is canceled. Cancel culture has come to the motherland.
Oh God, I gotta look because it's killing me. You ever have that happen?
Yes.
Where
it's a one word.
What would Vitas do?
Vitas. What would Vitas do?
I'm telling you right now, folks, if you have never heard Vitas,
don't do it. Continue to live your life that way if you've never heard him.
Look up The Eighth Element.
No, do not.
On YouTube.
Do not.
God, you're going to sit there and go, what did I just see?
Yeah, do not recommend. 10 of 10, do not recommend.
We've been doing that.
0 Michelin stars.
You and I'll send it back in text. What would Vitas do?
Oh.
And then there's old Greg.
Old Greg. Yeah, well, the Brits have a weird sense of humor. Turnover.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Shevitz couldn't get it in.
This is what they call winning time, Mike. This is where we separate winners and losers. 5 minutes to go. That's a 7-point game. And this is where winners and losers. This is where the game comes down right now.
Hinchy took a very long three. And who was there? Well, Barabo.
Yes. Mr. Killingley.
He's got 21 now. He's at his season average. Oh my goodness, Simino can't get anything. Finally gets over to Dreebolts.
He was looking for the three. So
and he's going to take it now. Oh boy.
Big time shot right there.
24 for Barabo. They're down by 4. Killingley says, we're not done. We want to go to the Sun.
Yes. Windham awaits the winner of this one. Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at the Mohegan Sun.
Little backdoor pass to Hinchy. not happening. But
No follow.
Montalto, yeah, no foul. I was wondering about that too. Montalto now in double figures with 10. 6-point lead.
Listen, it's not a secret what they're trying to do here. Everybody in the gym knows where they're going with this. Well, put it this way, where they want to go with it. Whether Stonington allows it or not is a completely different story.
That ball is off of, couldn't see from our vantage point. It's off of Stonington. Brashevitz to Barabo. Oh, look at that.
Off.
Yeah. But Killingley got the rebound.
Is a foul.
Yeah, he's going to go to the line. That's 3 on Hinchy.
Listen, I've said it on the broadcast before, Mike. If you're a player and you're showing the referees your palms, that's not good, man. That's a coaching thing. Just my opinion. He called you for a foul. You putting your hands to the sky is not going to change his mind. So you walk away. You can respectfully disagree.
He gets them both.
4-point back, leads back to only 4 now.
Oh, that was a beautiful move by Sam Montalto.
He's taken over. How many points has he got? He's got to have 16.
Nah, Montalto has 12.
12. Okay. He's taking over right now, though. Oh. This is exactly what I mean. Hinchy. Every time he's called for a foul, he wants to argue with the referee.
So now, Stonington has a couple of kids in foul trouble. Hinchy and Nate Sear.
They both got 4.
Brashevitz sinks the first. He has 5 on the day. The lead is 5. He got him. No, only 1.
Oh, they could have called over the back. That could have been the 5th foul.
And they said that was actually off of Dreepholz.
Yeah, Dreepholz could have got called for over the back there. That would have been trouble. That would have been his 5th. Let's move to the rim, but he traveled.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. I thought they were gonna wave the travel off and call a foul, but he clearly traveled.
And he took 3 steps instead of 2.
All right, big possession here now. 3:04 to go.
Too much slide, not enough glide.
There you go. This big possession here for Killingley.
Absolutely huge. They better get it across the line.
That's the guy.
Barabo.
Nothing. I think he was looking for contact, got none, and he hit the floor.
Barabo, big, strong kid.
He was anticipating contact on that.
It's a little war between him and Montalto down underneath.
This is going to be a great finish. 2:37 to go, 47-42. Stonington leads Killingley for the right to play in the ECC Division II Championship game on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. in the Mohegan Sun Arena, and that should be pretty good. They're going to play Windham, and that should be a pretty good matchup. Either team that wins this game, Mike, should be a very good matchup for Windham, who was the number 2 seed, by the way.
And this one's too close to call.
Yes, and then
way too close to call.
I'm looking over it, and it doesn't look like good news for Mr. White. He's limping over there. I think he's trying to walk it off, but you can see his face. He can't do it. He's done.
He's very frustrated.
Yeah.
His entire game, unfortunately, has been frustrating.
Yep.
Couldn't find his shot. Then he got smacked in the eye.
Yep. But listen, that play where he hurt his ankle, he went down. It's almost like I heard it, and he went down, and he landed wrong, and he tried to get back up, and you could see that he just could not do it. So it's unfortunate because he's a terrific player. And Stonington, listen, They did it in the second quarter. When he was off the floor, they did what they had to do. They looked at other places for scoring, and they got it. So it'll be seeing what they can do here with 2:37 to go with a slim 5-point lead.
47-42. Stonington and the ball. And time's ticking away. Hinchy floats it right over. And who's going to get this foul?
Number 4.
Yeah, that's Trevin Russ.
It's his third.
And now Killingly's also in the bonus. Lowry. Lowry misses the first. Semino back in for Killingly. Or is it Skrzyszewicz? I'm sorry. Lowry gets 1 of 2.
6-point lead now.
2.5 left in the fourth. How about 2.5 left in the game?
Maybe.
Yeah. Barabo puts it in for 2. The lead is 4.
Stonington wisely taking their time getting up the floor. So Killingly's going to have to start pressing a little more now. Almost threw it away. Under 2 to play here in the fourth.
Barabo has 28.
Sear wanted to pull up. You could see it in his eyes. He wanted to. That was a little too deep. I don't think Coach would have been happy with that shot selection.
Killingly is all over.
Yes.
The Bears. Oh,
almost taken.
Skrzyszewicz almost just grabbed it right out of Windham's hands.
Nice finger roll.
Hinchy for 2. 6-point lead.
It's still a 2-possession game. There's still plenty of time. But they have to be smart with the basketball, their shot selection. That was not it. Good rebound, though, by guess who?
Yanni Barabo. And a Dreepholtz.
1 minute to go, Mike.
4-point advantage for Stonington.
Killingly has to press here. There it is. And a foul. Good call. Good play. That's smart.
It's second on Griswold.
What do we say at halftime? That this game's going to come down to free throws.
Yeah.
Stonington's going to have to hit free throws here in the last 54.9 seconds to ice this game away. Because this last 54 seconds is going to take about 6 minutes.
And there's the first one, and it's good. So Hammond gets the first one. Windham has 7 points today, 51-46. 55 to go. Gets them both. Hammond is 4 for 4 from the line. And we're going to get a timeout. And the lead is back to 6.
Yes.
So does Killingly go down the floor? Do they go for a 3 or do they go for a 2 and a timeout?
I would go look for the easy bucket, because if you're Stonington, you're going to look for Yanni Barabo looking for the 3 ball. But if you can get it inside, you can get that easy 2, do it and then foul, right? Use the clock to your advantage. You're at 18 fouls, so they're already in the bonus. So it's still a 1-and-1.
Yanni Barabo for Killingly has really kind of turned up the heat and the volume on the Bears.
Yep.
He had 10 points in the first half, but he's got 18 points in the second half,
Mm-hmm.
and 10 of those points in the fourth quarter. So he's got 28, which is over his season average of 21.1.
Right.
So I mean, just like again, we've talked about looking at the stats. What does Killingly, do for scoring? As a team. Well, it's obvious. Yanni Barabo.
Yeah. Well, we'll see here. I mean, you got to come out. You got to come off the bench here and see what the look that Stonington gives, and you got to just take whatever they're giving you at this point. You know, if it's don't force a 3-pointer because you still have plenty of time. There's still 55 seconds to go. You got the ball. Just look for the smart play. It's still a 2-possession game.
One of these teams looking to punch their ticket to Mohegan Sun on Tuesday night for the Division II ECC Finals.
Ooh.
Griswold throws it to his coach, but it was tipped by Stonington. So the ball goes back to Killingly.
Here's our guy. Oh, gets his own rebound.
And put it back.
Timeout. All right.
Get a 2 and a timeout. 30 for Barabo.
Now listen, the last few times up the floor, Killington did not press. They didn't pressure Stonington coming up the floor. So they have to Killingly really needs to press the Bears coming up the floor here.
You're gonna force a turnover. If they can force a turnover,
listen, they have to go up and they have to give the full court press because you can't let them. If you let them walk up the floor, you're wasting 4 or 5 seconds, right? They weren't meeting them until they crossed midcourt. So you have to move up and make them make a play. Make them either foul them quick or make them make a pass that you could possibly pick it off. So
this is all clock management, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to right now.
And there's plenty of time.
Oh, there's plenty of time. 42 seconds to go. It's an eternity. They're doing the right thing. They're doing at least pressing.
And
you got to have a foul here. Yep,
and they do. And that's Griswold, and he's
that's it.
Done.
That's 5 for him.
So Griswold is going to go ahead and go to the bench for the rest of the afternoon and just hope. Is this a timeout or just a?
I do believe it's a timeout.
I didn't see a signal from the ref.
I did not. I think it was one of those substitution things where you have to let the team sub out. So
Semino's coming in for Griswold.
Yeah.
Four-point game.
32 seconds to go.
Lowry at the line. Count it.
Stonington is doing what they got to do here, Mike. They're hitting their free throws, making it tougher for Killingly to try to come back here.
Killingly gets the ball. He only got 1 out of the 2. Griswold.
Oh, not a good shot selection. Not a good shot selection. And that might be it right there. That might be clips right there. 20.8 to go. It's a 5-point lead, but that's a very, very poor shot selection there by Griswold. I don't think that's what Coach drew up. That was a very forced, and he was trying to run right into the teeth of that Stonington defense, and he threw up a prayer. But you got to look to bounce that, throw that out, and get it to.
He was definitely rushing the shot. Definitely roughing.
When you didn't need to.
Yeah. So Hammond misses the first one. He's 4 for 4. Now he's 4 for 5.
That was a big miss. That keeps it a 2-possession ball game.
And he gets that one.
Now you need a 3.
Barabo for 3.
Got it.
Wow. And a timeout.
13.8 to go. 54-51 Stonington clinging to that 3-point lead.
Holy cow.
And I like that missed free throw on the front end of that 1-and-1 there for Stonington was huge, Mike, because I think that keeps it a 2 possession game. But now they're going to have to put it. Now they need to make both on this.
That one right there for Barabo, that was just unconscious.
Yeah, he's been money from there all day long. I mean, that didn't even hit the rim. That was straight to the bottom of the net. That's one of the best sounds in the whole world.
He's got 15.
Yeah.
Just in the fourth. 33 total. He has 33 and then the rest of the team has 18. Just to give you an idea of what Yanni Barabo means to this Killingly Redmen squad.
All right, so here's what we got setting it up for you. Stonington has the ball inbound on the defensive end at the end line. 13.8 seconds to go. 54-51 there, clinging to that 3-point lead.
And again, it's not over.
It is not. It's never over. Gonna have to be a quick foul by Killingly here. Stolen away! Oh, wow. Bad turnover. Bad turnover by Killingly.
That was close. I mean, that could have been huge for Killingly.
Wow. You feel for Russ, Trevin Russ. I think he was trying to make something happen. He was trying to get it to.
And he did.
He was trying to get it to Barabo, but that was just a really bad pass. But you know what? Good hustle for him, and good effort on the inbounds, because listen, they were right at the cusp of getting a 5-second violation there, and that kid threw the ball in. That's a big free throw.
That may have just clinched it for Stonington. They're now up by 4. It's a 2-possession ball game with 7.1 to go. Count the second one as well.
Foul him. Oh,
that's it.
And that's it. Time runs out. Stonington walks away with a win, 56-51 over Killingly, and a good hard-fought ball game by Killingly. They're hanging their heads right now, but I know it's tough when you're a 17, 16-year-old kid to take that. But listen, they played well. They showed out, and they really proved that they belonged to play here today. So congratulations to Stonington. They're moving on to face Windham Tuesday night at the Mohegan Sun for all the marbles in the ECC Division II, and it should be a good one.
Absolutely. And Killingly, they played their hearts out. I mean, they did very well in the second half. I think they did probably better in the second half than people would have thought.
I don't think any of us.
Stonington squad. But the really big thing, and I think the big variable, even though he had kind of a rough go of it, Dorian White.
Yeah.
He wasn't in for most of this game due to injury. So what do? So whether he's effective or he's not, he's still there.
He's still a presence.
You know? And
the threat of him being there is makes it tough, because you know that he could light it up, but he had a tough game today. So, but hopefully he's okay, and he'll be ready to go for Tuesday night.
So Tuesday night it is Killingly not going to be there, unfortunately. Griswold not going to be there, unfortunately. Stonington is going to take their wares and their gumption.
That's gonna be tough. I look forward to that. I mean, I was going to go, but I will be supporting the Lady Wolverines on Tuesday night as they play the first round of the CIAC state tournament against Platt Tech at Griswold High School at 6:30.
Yep.
So if you're a Griswold fan, pop out. Let's support our Lady Wolverines and push them on to the second round of the CIAC. And the boys, they'll play at home. No, they're on the road at Killingly. So that should be a tough order for them. They'll be at Killingly on Thursday night at 6 p.m.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We had 2 great ball games today. Again, like Scott said, it's going to be Stonington and Windham in the finals. All right. This game, 56-51 Stonington. For Scott Fryer and Nick on the camera, I'm Mike Minarski. Have a great day, everyone. And we will see you sometime next week.